What's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy KiteZz here with my lovely wife. It's just Alex.
What's up, peoples?
And I'm also here with the right-hand man, 2G1A Westside.
What up, though?
So, today, it is Flock Talk. Today we are on episode 25. 25 episodes of Flock Talk, where we talk our talk with the flock. Today, we're going to start it off a little different because last week, we actually had a topic that we should have started it off with, but we didn't get to it. So the first things first, we're going to actually bring up Bear Claw. Bear Claw, if you want to raise your hand, because he had a topic last week that I feel like as Black people, this is something that our culture is kind of revolved around, especially when it comes to our upbringing and how we operate. So Bear Claw had an amazing topic. If he's here, I'll have him say it off, but if he's not here, then I'll just break it down for you guys, and that will be the topic we start off. We'll start off with Bear Claw's topic. You can raise your hand, and then we will move on to the Pop the Balloon. Both pop balloons, then we'll do the last two topics, and that will end off the night. Shout out to Nitro for giving us a $7 bomb. We appreciate you, family. All right, Bear Claw, if you want to click raise your hand. It should be, are you on mobile? There you go. Invite to speak. There you go. All right, Bear Claw, the topic that you had last week that we didn't get to, go ahead and let's start it off. Let's kick it off, man.
All right. Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, Flock Talk? It's been a minute for me. But yeah, I just want to just open this up to y'all, and I'll keep it quick, just to give a little background. I know people tired of talking about him. I'm tired of talking about him too. But he's just like the background as to why it came to my mind. I know there was something in the news about Kanye making a song about an inappropriate relationship he had with his cousin, but it just kind of added a thought to my head of like, there's this thing that goes on in Black households that goes, you know, what happens in this house stays in this house. And my main thing is that, you know, how something like that can kind of be traumatizing for Black households, and that how the millennial generation, you know, we're taught to like handle things that are in our household, right? Our locker room, which I don't think that is a bad thing as far as of the basis of mind your business. But I feel like when something traumatizing happens in the Black households, we block it out because we're told, keep it to yourself. And that can lead a lot of Black people to not want to pursue therapy. But then again, you have the flip side of it. And I want people to kind of like advise on this too and give their take of like the new generation having all their business out there on social media, or with this generation of like society in general, with all business being out there on social media. It's like everything is out in the open. It leads to transparency. But again, like y'all were saying earlier, there's not a balance. It's like discipline is put to the back burner where, you know, yes, some things should stay in-house, like, you know, even like when you're married or, you know, between family. But when it's something traumatizing, yes, speak up. But now you got a generation that puts everything out there on the internet, their own personal lives, their own personal business, and now the balance is totally lost. I just want to know, like, how do you feel like people should navigate that in today's society, and like, what do y'all feel about what happens in this house stays in this house? And I might not be able to like add anything, but I just wanted to just introduce the conversation.
No, that's a great conversation, because I think that's something that everybody can talk on, because we're all products of what happens in this house stays in this house. And I'm actually glad you did bring up that point about how things are done in this generation or this period of time where we're at, because we are in the generation of internet gratification, or internet brownie points. Everybody's getting internet brownie points right now. It's like, I was talking to Alex about it earlier. I said it feels like we're in this point in history where like even if you go online right now and say something bad happened to you, or you had a traumatic experience, it's like if you put that public, like, hey, I got beat up by this person and blah 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 blah. The way the internet now is, if people start seeing you start getting sympathy for that, people saying like, oh, you poor thing, it almost becomes a competition to flex that who has the more trauma. You get what I'm saying? And it's weird how we're at this point where we see people creating competitions over whose struggle is worse than whose struggle. And so we're at that point, but then we're also at this point of we're being trained of what happens in this house stays in this house is so dominant that you either get either or. You get like from people ages 20 all the way up till 40s. We all have these things where we all need therapy because we got so many trapped traumas that we can't even function without crashing out every other week. But then you have early 20s all the way down to the kids now that the internet is their therapy. So they tell everybody their problems, every little thing. And it becomes a competition of whose struggle is better than their struggle. I saw a guy talking on a post. He had got shot and he was like, yeah, man, I survived this bullet. And another dude immediately on this corner, wow, bro, you only got shot once. Bro, I've been shot 6 times. I'm still thugging it out. You tougher than that. It's like, why are we trauma comparing, bruh? But Alex or West, if you guys want to talk on this, how do y'all feel about it before we start letting everybody come up and have their opinions?
Wes can go first if he wants to.
He's probably locked in on the thing. Go ahead, Alex.
How I feel about it. It's a loaded topic. I will say that for sure, because I feel like it's just deep rooted in black culture in general. Like, it stems way past our parents, their parents, and their parents for some reason. And it's like, I never really rocked with it or jacked with it. Like Bear Claw said, like, I understand having that sentiment of what happens in the house stays in the house to a certain extent. I feel like there aren't proper like boundaries put in place when it comes to that statement, because I feel like when you go to your parents or an adult in the black household and you say, hey, so-and-so did this, it's an immediate, like, they didn't do that. They didn't do this, and this. Like, they disapprove of it, even though they may know it's true. Like, there's generations of family members being abused or manipulated by this specific family member, but they all kept it on the hush. But when the next generation comes up and they're being exposed to that same thing that they had to endure when they were kids, no one's saying anything, no one's doing anything. And this is how we create generational curses, and it never stops. Mm-hmm. And then when you choose to be the quote unquote black sheep or the odd one out to speak against it, this is what most of the new generation is doing. The new generation is so bold and boastful about the things that they experience because of they saw it as kids and they don't want to experience it. And they're tired of adults and parents and people not taking accountability for it. They gonna air you out. They're gonna air you out. Kids nowadays, they go no contact with their family members. They go no contact with their parents because they have to sit and try to basically fix themselves over a situation that really had nothing to do with them and other people's past traumas. I don't like it. I don't like it because it doesn't allow us to have the conversation. Nobody wants to have the tough conversation until somebody else ghosts them, or, oh, I don't know why so-and-so left, or I don't know why so-and-so doesn't want to talk to me anymore. That people got their reasons, but you don't want to have the conversation because a lot of the times in these conversations, most of y'all should have been in jail. Most of y'all should have been excommunicated from the family a long time ago. People don't respect boundaries. People don't respect, everything's a secret. And I don't understand that. Yeah.
Key said, I'm gonna sit this one out. Y'all be easy. I understand this is gonna be a heavy topic for a lot of people. It is a triggering topic.
It's triggering.
It's a triggering topic because this is something that it almost feels like we're like hardwired to not talk about it, right? It's like, dude, and it's so bad. Like, they're even to not get too deep, right? My mom had to break down and express the traumas the horrible traumas that she went through. My mom broke that down and expressed it to us, her kids, because she couldn't talk about it with her other families, her aunts, her uncles, her siblings. She had to tell her kids. And it's crazy when you hear your mother, the person that's raising you, tell you her traumas, and as a kid you can't do nothing. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's like I in turn, because I saw how my mom handled that. It's okay if it made it deep. We adults, you feel what I'm saying? I understand if it's tough for people, there ain't no shame on that. But it's a conversation that needs to be had. And the fact that a lot of us are so hurt by the conversation that we can't talk about it is just showing you how damaging of an effect that is. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like we have to unlearn everything. Yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Alex.
No, go ahead. You're good.
It's like, for me as a kid to see the traumas that my mom, hear the stories of the traumas of my mom, and it's just like, bro, these are the same people you got to go break bread with later on. You feel what I'm saying? You know how crazy it is to hear that this person did this horrible thing to your mother, but then they at the family function eating food with y'all, hugging y'all, kissing y'all, all that. So the question is, Miles, what was the topic? Repost it.
The topic is what goes in this house stays in this house. How do you feel about the bro, where's the topic thing at? Hold on, my bad, Miles. What happens in this house stays in this house. Discourse in Black families. How do you feel about this?
And Cassie, I'm glad you pointed it out, because she said it's not an excuse, but I feel like as minorities, they don't want us to have another negative on us. So to them, it's don't say nothing so no one finds out or taints our image. That,
yes,
I agree with that 1,000%. Growing up, it's always taught, hey, you're a minority, you're this, you're the Black man, you're the Black girl, you're the Mexican girl, you're the Mexican boy. This is the world. They're gonna look at you this way. Don't do anything to make us look bad. Everybody already hates us. Just blend in. You feel what I'm saying? So I agree with you, Cassie. I agree with you 1,000%. I agree with you 1,000%. But if you guys want to speak on the topic, how y'all feel about it, go ahead, start putting your hands up, start raising your hand to speak on it if you got something to say. But yeah, I agree. West, if you're here, you got something to say on it. Go ahead, gang.
I ain't gonna lie. It's a little bit deeper than I'm willing to get right now, so I'm gonna sit this one out too.
No, I understand, gang. I understand. It's a heavy topic, bro. It's a heavy topic, and it's scary, bro, because it's like the damage that's been done to us in this generation and the last generation up till now, the damage is so heavy, bro. When I feel like when we finally do get those safe spaces to have the therapies and stuff like that, it might be too late. You feel what I'm saying?
Those that are coming up, I'm gonna add this real fast. You can, if you don't feel comfortable going like on a deep dive, you don't have to tell your whole business to. Remember, this is still the internet. So whatever you don't feel comfortable talking about, don't force yourself to talk about it. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
And it's still the internet, and you still got 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yes.
Right. Go ahead, Smiley.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. But Smiley was going.
Okay, yeah, my headphone just like sorry, my headphone literally just broke. So I'm like,
Yeah, I'm sorry. You could go first.
No, you can go first. No, age before beauty.
All right. All I wanted to say was about this subject. Most definitely, I feel like a lot of people be scared, like how KiteZz be saying, like how KiteZz said, like the people still be at the family reunions and stuff, and stuff like that. And I be feeling like sometimes we got to put people on the summer jam screen. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, cause I don't want them people to be around my kids. You feel me? So you got to let them know who the monsters is. Cause like I'll go to jail if somebody try to hurt mine. You get what I'm saying? Thanks. So, or like if I have future kids, so like that's kind of crazy that people be protecting them though. That never made sense to me at all.
I feel you. Shout out to Smiley, man. All right, Miles, go ahead, big dog.
All right, have no fear. Miles is here. Say my name 3 times and I should appear. Yeah, man, it's a great topic. I feel as though I was one of the lucky ones. I had like all the bad people that did bad things in my family, but I was always the protector because I was the kid in the family, right? I'm the youngest of everybody, so I'm always the kid, the little one. So everybody always looked out for me. I always was shielded by the nonsense. But with going through stuff, people just got to see therapy. You got to go see somebody for all that stuff. If you're going through that stuff mentally and you feel like you can't tell nobody, you got to go see a therapist. What makes it interesting nowadays, though, because I've seen a therapist, you got to know what therapist to see. They don't have just one therapist. Like back in the day, they had one therapist, but now you got therapists for any scenario. So if you are an athlete who can't play no more, they got therapy. They got athletic therapists. If you are a person who's raped as a man in prison, they have male therapists who also have been molested as well. You see, so if you are a therapist, you need someone who you lost a leg. They got a therapist who also has lost a leg. Y'all know my story. I was blind for 6 years. My therapist her name is Sarah Clark. She's been blind since the age of 2. So that's who I go to speak to. So you have you don't have to go to you can go find someone who can relate to you. And you can tell them your story and it will change your life. I 100% guarantee, and you can thank me later.
All right. Shout out to Miles. Shout out to Miles, man. Somebody in the chat said, Keisha said, yup, I was so ashamed of being pregnant with my twins at a young age. I kept it a secret from the family. Some didn't know until after I had them. Just me and my immediately family knew. Yup, because people don't want that. That shame carries over everything, even if it's tearing you up inside. Hey, the family reputation means everything. Fast? Go ahead.
I wanted to add something to what Miles was saying, because it is good that we should be seeking out therapy, even though in our case technically we shouldn't, because we shouldn't have to gone through those things, but we did. But I kind of had like a click in my head, like, you know what? There were a lot of parents, and not even just people that I've been around, other kids and stuff like that, when they were expressing things that they were going through and they were saying like, I want to talk to a counselor, I want to talk to a therapist, a lot of their parents were against it because they were scared that their kids were going to go tell or go snitch or go say something that didn't need to be repeated back to the people at the school or a social worker or whatever the case may be, because they knew if they did, the kids would get taken out of the home or they would get in trouble. So for a lot of us, therapy wasn't even an option. I didn't got looked at, girl, what you need therapy for? You're a kid, ain't nothing wrong with you. And I'm in therapy now.
It is helpful.
So am I.
Hey,
be like that.
Maria said, true, they be at the family function with no shame, smiling in your face. It's triggering, so I don't care for them if they can't own up to the crap that they did. Dean said, my parents never let me alone with him, but why was I even around a known PDF file? Step uncle, aunt's baby daddy. Spoiler alert, it's because the victims wasn't believed till later on in life. That part. That's a heavy part right there. Sugar said, all I know is I'm 56 and I'm still seeing a therapist due to trauma. It'll ruin your relationships. God will heal, but remember, those that don't get help hurt people. That's a fact. A lot of people that do a lot of crazy stuff now. I think one thing, and I'm gonna let Steppa and Mech. I think one thing I had to like look at, right? I used to have this real big beef with I used to have this real animosity towards people that like don't raise their kids, right? And I was like, bro, like if you don't raise your kid, you deserve this, you're a horrible this, you're a horrible this. And it took me meeting people in the warehouse, and I met a guy who literally like he had no impact on his kid's life, and he knew that his kids hated him. He paid his child support, but that was the extent of it. But the reason why he stayed away from his kids so long is because there was stuff that happened to him in that relationship that was so horrible, coming from the female side and the female's family, that they did to him, to the point where he surrendered his kids just for the sake of his own protection, to just be there. And him knowing that the fact that he had his kids all grow up not knowing his side of what really happened, and it eats him up. But all he can do is do his part of pay his child support. And then he prays for the day that one day his kids will come and actually ask him about what really happened. And it's like, at that point, it changes your mindset of like, okay, everything's not black and white no more as I grow up. That's one thing I'm learning as I'm getting older and I'm getting older. Everything is not black and white. It's a lot. It's so much gray. It's sickening. You get me? There's so much gray. It's sickening. But Mecca, go ahead and unmute, brother. How do you feel about the topic? The topic is what happens in this house stays in this house. Discourse in the black families. How do you feel about this?
Well, it is definitely a weighted one, and I can understand why a lot of people are very hesitant or apprehensive to talk about this. It's been ingrained in our roots, for real. I'll say, like you said before, about balance, and like for myself, I'm also in therapy, mainly because I realized, and then I could be a little candid because I'm gonna try to be more sensory about this, but being a SA victim, it does a lot to the brain, and even scientists actually say it literally permanently alters one's DNA. So when a person has kids, like for instance, there was a study shown saying that this guy, he had a fear rest, right? When he had kids, it wasn't until his grandson had the same fear. Meaning that a lot of people out here, and a lot of us, we have a lot of unhealed trauma as well as repressed emotions that we were already seen as, oh yeah, you gotta toughen up. Oh, you're a warrior. Yeah, that's weak to express your emotions. It's not. There's one of the reasons why our community alone gets unalive from cancer, self-harm, and being a person where I've lost a parent, still dealing with even after almost 7 years later. I realized my family treated me a certain way where they, in a way, wanted me to be like the head of the household, quote unquote. But I don't think that's fair because one, I'm the youngest. Two, I was never given a chance to do things and to live my own truth. And then the moment I started speaking out against that ended up being bad because a lot of falling outs. So it's like now my mother doesn't know how to treat me because now that I'm less of a people pleaser, and I'm still working on stuff, and I'm still, writing in my journal and talking to people in a safe space. It's just dealing with, hey, you're gonna get scrutinized for speaking the truth. You're gonna get scrutinized for calling out the toxicity within the family dynamic, not necessarily the family. And then also knowing the fact that with me being neurodivergent, that's another thing. And trying to express this to someone who, I'm just gonna say it, is more of a narcissistic parent. It's like a lose-lose. You can explain it, and darn if you do, darn if you don't, kind of principle. So it's hard, and I also think that being able to find your tribe is key, and people who give you a safe space to be in, but where they can give you with love, kindness, empathy. We're in a world where that's foreign. It's becoming more foreign now.
All right. I agree with you, Mecca, and I'm glad that you feel strong enough to admit these things, and hey man, I understand. It's tough out here.
Yeah.
All right, Steppa, I'm mute. You got mute, Steppa.
Whoops, sorry.
You good?
Oh, I was muted for a second. Oh.
Yeah, it's you, Steppa.
Oh.
Then Universal
All right.
after.
All right. Well, grew up in a West Indian household, so it's like, yeah, I guess what happens in the house stays in the house. I mean, you can't really like say things that happen in the household. So, as soon as you grew up in a West Indian household, yeah, it's like, yeah, everything stays in the crib. But it's like if we keep hiding inside, then yeah.
Mm. If it's a sensitive topic, man, don't force yourself to talk about it. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh no. I'm not really forcing myself to talk. I just don't really have anything else to say about it. To be honest with you,
No,
kind of like ran out. I was. It can come back to me.
Okay. All right, got you.
All right.
All right, Universal, go ahead, man. How you feel about the topic?
Hi, good night. You all can hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe that what happens in the home stays in the home was a status code that the generation before they enacted to preserve morality and to preserve standards across the entire family line. What I mean by that is, for example, if it is that we are willingly entertaining but not in depth conversations, say for example, a daughter makes child out of wedlock. Based on how we entertain that conversation, we could actually, in the minds of our listeners, remember, because there will be younger children but listening to us, we could actually be telling them that, okay, what she did was bad, but maybe it wasn't so bad, and that could become the standard. So I think that what happens in the home stays in the home was something that the generation before relied on as a fallback mechanism to maintain morality, to maintain what is right. All right. But although, because sometimes it is so difficult to do the right thing, because the right thing really is to have an extended conversation with the family. But really and truly, how many families are willing to actually sit down for like a family get together, but everybody just coming for something light? How much family members going to sit down really for an hour, 2 hours to have an extended conversation? And remember as well that trauma might start with someone, and human beings are not static, and the nature of trauma of itself is not static. So that trauma 10 years ago, it mightn't necessarily define what the perpetrator is today. So it will require, so to give the person justice in light of the family members who were not exposed to that situation, it is difficult, and I don't fault the generation before 100% by having that what happens in the home stays in the home, given the fact that people are not really willing to have extended conversations. Yeah, so that's what I'll say on it for now.
No, I get you. I get you.
Right on.
Go ahead, Wes. What was you saying?
I was saying he right on time. 2 minutes 30 flat.
Hey, that's the universal man. He be on it.
Yeah, the universal man. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right.
Yeah, Steph, you good, man? To finish, you got your point. You got to unmute if you good.
All right, I'm moving down so we can move off the topic. But yeah, I applaud everybody who actually wanted to speak on the topic. And if you couldn't speak on the topic because it's deeper than that, I understand. Don't force yourself to speak on stuff until you're ready to speak on stuff. I'm gonna read some of the comments.
I didn't want to
Go ahead.
Yeah, can you read Bless's comment?
Yeah. Which one? The one she just typed or the first one?
A lot of our parents.
So Bless said a lot of our parents went through a lot of trauma and didn't get justice or healing from it. So when we as their kids call it out, they are triggered and want us to stay silent because they didn't have their parents to be there for them.
Gotta pray for your parents too.
But that big thing, that they got to be willing to try and work through those issues too. A lot of our parents they don't want to get therapy. They don't care about therapy. They don't want to talk through their issues. Because as your child, you're not gonna let me talk to your issues with you, because you're gonna always have me in a child's place, even though I'm a grown individual.
Right.
So you need to talk about it with somebody, because I am not responsible for your trauma. I have my own trauma. I'm my own individual.
Right. I think that's a great point too, though. It's like our parents can't go to their parents about the problems that they have, right? So they confided in us, but they can only confide in us so much that they can tell us about it and speak about it to get it off, but they are at a state where, like Wes said, a child got to stay in a child's place. It's almost like a trapping mechanism that, as even though I confided in my children, I told my children know what happened to me. Once they start speaking on it, I can't let them speak on it, because like, just because this happened to me, I'm doing my best to make sure this don't happen to you. So I don't want you to even dwell on it or think on it. I just needed to get it off my chest. But then it's like, a lot of times as kids, I feel like sometimes the kids end up, because people forget kids are going to get their own life experiences and they're going to learn their lessons too. And you're never going to stop learning. I feel like some parents don't see the value that there's lessons that your kids are learning that you may not have learned that could be the solution to what you're going through. But because you're always, keeping a child in a child's place, you'll never get access to that knowledge, because you're afraid that if you, I'm making an assumption. I don't have kids, but you're afraid that if your child gives you that solution to your problem, it puts your child on equal standing with you, and you can't allow your child to be your equal. Your child is your child. Am I making any type of sense?
No, that makes perfect sense, and it sucks for our parents, because it's kind of like they can never fully express. Well, they can, but sometimes the pride and all that kind of stuff gets in the way, and accountability or whatever the case may be. But they can never like fully be healed and talk about the situation. It's kind of like, I can only give you a little bit, and everything else I have to keep to myself.
So I'm gonna get to some of the comments, and then we're gonna move on to the next topic. If nobody else has anything to say on the topic, we're gonna move on. But Maria said, my mom was also SA'd as a child, so that's why it's hard for me to accept that she didn't see and protect us. She is delusional, and this is going along with her comment that she said, my dad drugged us and did what he did. Now that we're adults and we tell our mom, she does believe and she still is with him, but there were signs and she still refuses to believe. Okay, so it happens. Like they said, hurt people hurt people. Hurt people can hurt people by hiding that hurt. Keisha said, I give some grace depending on the situation to those before us, because they were only going through what they were told and knew. It's a cycle. Exactly. That's that generational curse that Alex brung up. That's how I was able to get my parents to apologize. I think I approached our reconciliation with empathy for their past and what their parents did to them. Yes, but the people have to be willing to accept that empathy. That's the hard part for our parents now. However, it makes me more emotionally mature than them, and it leaves me feeling lost because I have to be the parent. I have no one but God and myself. Yup. I always listen to, like, one of the things I always laugh at was like the people that made the statement, this generation, these last two generations, we're aging faster. We're getting older faster. We look old. We look tired. We already look beat. We look burnt out before we're even 30, all that. And it's like, bro, look at the way the world is going. I don't got time to be young.
No.
I don't got time to enjoy life. I don't got time to be happy. I've only been alive for 28 years. I done went through 2 recessions, a pandemic, like 3 housing market crashes, a stock market crash, the rise and downfall and re-rise and downfall of Bitcoin or internet currency. Now I'm finding out I can be deported as a US citizen. I ain't even hit 30 yet. It's like, Of course I'm gonna look like a 45, 85-year-old man, bruh. I done went through 6 different character arcs in the last 5 years.
Hair's uneven. Your face is ugly. Your shoes are dusty.
Bro, when we went through the pandemic, let me tell y'all something about me and Alex. When we went through the pandemic, me and Alex were essential workers. And West is a witness of this because I have met West towards the end of the pandemic, right? Bro,
yeah.
All that tissue, all that stuff, that bleach, that microban, all that stuff, that was me and Alex. That stuff y'all putting on, y'all spraying on stuff, bro, we was in that warehouse moving that product for 12, 14 hours a day through the entire pandemic.
6 days a week.
6 days a week. And this was the pandemic. So 4 years ago, so we were 24, 25. Bro, we worked through the entire pandemic. It was so bad. Dude, there was days me and Alex was so worn out. We literally, as soon as we got through the door, we just threw our stuff on the ground and me and Alex just laid on the floor, bruh. Laid on the floor, blacked out, woke up. It was time to go back to work. Get up, take a 2-minute shower, 3-minute shower, get your stuff back on, right back to the warehouse.
We was able to get a house out of it, but even then, we was spending so much time at the warehouse, we couldn't even enjoy our house. We barely getting settled out. We've been in the house 6 years. Barely getting settled.
Them, bro.
Yeah, and West is, bro, they wasn't seeing us for days. We was gone, bro.
Yeah, they come in the call, say what's up to the homies for like maybe 5-10 minutes. Like, all right, I'm finna go to bed, man, because I got to get up and go to work tomorrow.
24, 25 doing that, bro, through the whole pandemic. We had to do that through the entire pandemic. And so when y'all be seeing the comments and people be like, Kite, you look like you 40. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I'm been enough to be a 40-year-old, bro. At this point, I done did enough, bro.
The problem is, bro, I ain't even finna talk about the politics because you already know where that's gonna go. But you gotta look at the state that the country we live in is in. Our parents is old. They didn't live. They gonna be gone, and we still gonna be dealing with all this. Excuse me, my bad. I forgot.
No, I understand.
We gonna be dealing with all this stuff that's going on right now. They are old. They are older. I'm not gonna say they on the way out, but they've lived their life. We still have to live our life. I'm still trying to get married. I'm still trying to have kids, raise my kids, make sure my wife is good. And I have to deal with all of the stuff that's going on right now in the country that we live in. Like this is, I ain't gonna say we ain't like, they ain't have it hard, but man,
they ain't have it like this.
That's what I'm saying. If we want to have a measuring contest, it's definitely way worse for us now. For sure.
How much a house cost back in the day? With
Literally.
the salary that we make, we could have paid off 6-7 houses a piece, but we could barely buy one house.
I can barely buy one house. Even in Detroit, they doing this thing where if you're a first generation homeowner, they'll give you a loan. That loan's still not even enough. And it's like 30,000 for a loan. And that's still not enough towards
the market is scuffed right now. That the principal and interest.
Scuffed. Yep. Gentrification. You got all the white folks moving back into and then they upcharging everything, getting rid of everything. And it's just like, when me and Kite was playing Rumble Fighter, we should have been saving all our money to invest in Bitcoin.
Yeah, we did Bitcoin. We did Bitcoin and we did the cryptocurrency, made good, hefty, couple bands off of that.
Yeah,
NFTs, all that.
Off of those coins.
Yeah. Same.
So like I was doing, but like I should have, instead of the 5 bands I made, I should have put all my money into Dogecoin. As soon as it hit, a penny, I should have pulled it all out. Like
still waiting on Sheeb. I'm still waiting on Sheeb to drop. Waiting on Sheeb for 3 years, bro.
It's so bad, bro. It's so bad now. We drove by. I remember me and Alex drove by elementary school. We saw a chick. We saw a kid at that elementary school. She looked like she was 17. Little 4th, 5th grader looking like she's 17. She was like 5'9". I'm like, this is an elementary school, man. This is a little kid with a Hello Kitty backpack. She looked like my sister. I'm like, bro, if it's only gonna get worse, dog. I imagine 7-year-olds gonna be smoking. They gonna be smoking straight cigarettes by the time they get to 5-year-olds, by the time they get to K2, they gonna be smoking, bro. Them kids gonna be so
they
stressed up.
doing it. They already doing it. My cousin told me, yeah, I had a sip of beer. I said, bro, you're 10. How'd you get that? They're already doing it, man.
Some things you're taking on isn't for you. God is your way maker, your provider. You must let God lead, not you. I'm always saying this because I did the same thing. God bless you. No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Amen.
That's a fact, man. But it's like, I know we segueing into this topic, but I just feel so bad. This week, I had to post in the group chat. I said, bro, the kids this generation, can we really talk about the kids this generation? This generation that's like right now, like the under 20s right now, bro, they are so cooked. It's not even funny, bro. It's so bad. It's so bad. And I feel so sad. Bro, I opened up TikTok. Bro.
Type in kids this generation and look at the pictures.
Bro, I opened up TikTok at like, me and Alex was just chilling. I opened up TikTok. Bro, the kids was talking about a water gun. You know, water squirt guns? When I used to have the water gun, it was those big, bulky, orange little tubes that you put on Nerf, where you had to pump it with the blue handle, and it looked like a giant space laser, and you would shoot the water. Bro, they got water guns that look like Gen 5 with switches. Yeah. This dude...
They look like this.
Go ahead.
I'm looking at the thing, and the kids got... Bro, he had a Glock 19 water gun. No, that's not even the one. Look, it's a whole Uzi. He rocking a P90. Like, what is this?
It's crazy. You know, if I go outside with that water gun, they gonna Swiss cheese me.
Bro. It's crazy because back in the day, my grandma, she never used to let us even play with water guns, even though they had the orange tip and stuff. Especially if you were in front of the house playing with it. Nah, you're not playing with that. Go to the backyard.
You need a backyard with a fence.
Yes,
play with
you're not playing outside. The little weapons that you used to get from like the
Bro,
what is it called?
Do y'all see this?
Truck? The little
Do y'all see this, bro?
BB guns. Yeah, nah.
These are water guns.
Oh, there
bro.
you go. There go the black one. I was looking for it.
Bro. You got extendo clips on the water gun, bruh. Look. Bro, I barely was allowed to have, bro, I remember my mom.
Bring these back.
I remember the ice cream truck, the ice cream truck had,
yeah. I know
the ice cream truck used to have those little pop guns, the little pop ones you can buy for like 25 cents, bro. And it looked like a revolver with an orange tip. I remember I bought one of that. My mom whooped my tail so fast for even walking in with that. And then I'm looking online, bro. Yeah. These kids got switches.
Go back down, bro. Go down slow. That electric water blaster and that all the way to the left, that is crazy. That is an action movie gun, bro.
Oh, that's the one we saw on TikTok.
Yeah, you got a switch with a silencer and a red dot sight. It's crazy.
It actually hurts too, close range.
But yeah, because it's shooting out pressure. Yeah.
Watch this, bro. Look at this. We're cooked. This is a water gun, bro.
The sad thing is that it would be super fun to play with these, but I can't play with these while black.
Bro,
these is not meant for us.
Bro, I'm saying, hold on, bro. There was another one. I saw one dude using it, and it just looked like a straight gun. Bro, look. These are water guns, dog.
No, that's crazy. He playing Black Ops.
Codename Kid Next Door is crazy.
Bro, he got attachments.
The Nerf guns were fun.
This is cooked. And I see adults in there like, oh, I want to get my son this. What are we talking about? Bro, why does your water gun come with 2 mags? 2 mags, bruh.
Nah, the Nerf guns in 2025 look just as bad. The only difference is they're more like colorful.
And I'm just like, bro, this is just the toys that these kids gotta play with, bro. I'm scared. I'm scared to even look up what is this generation called? Generation Alpha now?
Alpha, Beta, Sigma.
Bro, they're cooked.
No, kids, the kids this generation.
Kids this generation?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we're deep fried. It's over. It's over, bro.
Now, kids in the 90s.
We're cooked. This generation they gonna be some savages, bro. And it's not their fault. It's not their fault. Miles, you have something to say? Go ahead, man. It's not their fault though.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the kids is that much cooked for real. I can see why people say it, but sometimes we just forget. We just kind of forget on how we was raised. Like every generation kind of had it bad. It's just a matter of just how you raise your kids, honestly. You know, our Super Soakers wasn't exactly the nicest thing in the world. In fact, it was so dangerous they had to take it off the shelf because the CPS was too powerful, and it was hurting kids. You know, I think sometimes we get caught up in getting old and be forgetting what we did as kids.
You might be reaching with this one. This is a 90s Super Soaker game.
Yeah.
You reaching.
Yeah.
No, I had a 90s Super Soaker. I'm with you. Like, I get it. But I'm talking about the modern ones, the ones now. I'm like, I mean, they look kind of cool. I mean, I don't see what's wrong with them. They're no different than the ones we had. It just might be a different look. Maybe the water pressure is different, but a gun is a gun. It's just how you raise your kids.
Those were not Nerf Super Soakers. Those were custom.
These are being
Blitz.
sold now. There's extreme difference between these guns now to this. There's a vast difference.
So we're saying the kids are cooked because the way the guns look?
No, we're saying the kids these generation, they're cooked because a lot of things that these kids should not be having access to or even being in the environment of is more and more progressing them towards the wrong path as an adult. Like, for instance, the water gun was just an example. You feel what I'm saying? We went from having pump cool water guns where it was, it's a water gun, but you can tell it's a toy, it's a play, it looks fun, it looks like it's for kids, to now we have kids getting custom Gen 5 Switch water guns. When in the same time span, the water guns look like the guns we got now.
Yeah.
Okay. I get what y'all saying. I just know, like, I grew up watching Beavis and Butthead, and literally, like, it was almost like a sin to watch it because literally your brain cells would be like done if you watch Beavis and Butthead. I grew up literally watching WWF when they went to the Attitude Era, and we all know how much they influenced us growing up. Getting us kicked out because saying suck it, hitting people over the head with chairs, actually almost killing kids. Actually, some kids died off of getting tombstone, trying to be like the Undertaker. And then I remember the people older than us was like, man, that generation's cooked. It's like every generation says that, like the kids is cooked. You know what I'm saying? We had stuff that cooked us too in the 90s, and it was bad. They had to make wrestling PG because of the heinous stuff we was watching in 97 and 98 and 99. I know y'all remember. It was terrible.
I think,
so it's like I feel like every generation's cooked. We just got to parent. We just got to be better parents.
I think if this falls apart, where it's like, we had the Attitude Era and all that, but we weren't at a point where we had our own classification as a YN. You feel me? We were never at this point where we had to be just, bro, we have 15.
They had YGs.
Let's not forget, we just came out of, in the pandemic, we just came out of the drill rap era. The drill rap era. Does anybody know what the main age demographic of the drill rap era was? All the shootings and killings and gun violence. Does anybody know that the age range of the drill rap era, in which it got so popular, we mainstreamed it, by the way.
It was like
Probably
9 and
between
up.
5 and 15.
Nope. The youngest was 11 and the oldest was 17. That's the drill rap era. Bro.
Okay. So you don't think every generation was cooked? Every kid generation was cooked from what they had in their era, in their time?
No, the point I'm making is not that kids aren't cooked. It is that kids are cooked, but the reason of me saying it's cooked is not because every generation doesn't have their bad influences. It's because this generation is one of the first generations that has mainstreamized it on a global scale to the point where I can open up my phone right now and watch a 14-year-old gun another 14-year-old down, and there will be a comment section full of other 14-year-olds glorifying that 14-year-old.
Oh,
Problem is,
okay.
kids
It's
today
glorified.
they have too much access to a lot of stuff. Look how long it took for us to even establish the internet, certain electronics that we have. Now that we've unlocked that for them, they have full access to it without slowly learning into stuff. They're just full range, like in everything, straight out the womb.
Okay, that makes more sense. So what you're saying is that all the kids was basically cooked in every generation, but because this era, it's got more heightened with the bubble that is the internet.
Yeah, we're at the peak.
It's heightened now. Okay,
yes, we are at the worst it's ever been, because you got to think about the quality of parenting has gone down dramatically. Like, yeah, I was watching the Boondocks as a kid, and I was playing Grand Theft Auto as a kid. I had the ability to discern that it's not okay for me to run outside my house, rip somebody out of their car, and then drive it and go on a joyride, or stab somebody and think money's gonna fall out of my pocket. I knew what was real and what was fake.
I know people that was molested. Bro, I know people that was molested and raped off of like Looney Tunes stuff because they watched Looney Tunes. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't have the internet back then.
It is, but it's not, because Looney Tunes was Looney Tunes. They had some undertone stuff going on in them shows too.
But even to West's point, like West brought up a very good point, right? Wes brought up a very good point. The Grand Theft Auto thing, right? People always tried to say video games was the reason why the generation was cooked, and they bring up Grand Theft Auto, and they talked about how, if my kids play Grand Theft Auto, they're gonna steal cars. There was such a small amount of kids that actually did the things of Grand Theft Auto when Grand Theft Auto was at its peak. There was only the rarest case, and I bet if I look it up now, it's still the same story about that boy who took his car to the airport. He stole his mom's car and went to the airport because they asked him, how'd you learn how to drive? He said GTA, right? This generation, this alpha, the 23 and below, their generation is such at a next level for this type of stuff. It's beyond Grand Theft Auto. They have a whole sect called Kia Boys. And it's just a whole group of kids that run and run giant. It's in Cali. It's in the north. It's all that. It's organization of kids that are literally stealing people's cars, just crashing them and doing everything. And these kids are 12-year-olds, and the state can't even stop them because it's illegal. It's illegal to children under a certain age can't get felonies, so it only counts as a misdemeanor. These Kia Boys are still viral and trending.
At 11, a viral video here giving us a really incredible glimpse into teenagers who steal cars in Connecticut.
It shows a group known as the CT Kia Boys pulling off some really disturbing crimes. And tonight, we're hearing from the person who created the video.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Hector Molina is live in New Haven right now with this eye-opening report. Hector.
Like 13, 14. And they glorify.
Well, we've heard countless stories about the Kia Boys and stolen cars across the state. But tonight we hear from those teens who are committing these crimes that have captured the attention of local police departments who are still working to crack down on this ongoing issue.
Tell them come get us, CT Kia Boys in the city.
These are the masked teens behind several stolen cars that you've either heard of
or doing what we talked about in video games. They doing it in real life.
Kia Boys have become one of the most notorious social media pages showcasing car thefts across the state. A page so popular, a journalist came across the country just to get a closer look.
I expected to see a group of people my age, but it was, people that were the same age as my like little cousins.
Andrew Callahan runs a YouTube series of investigative stories called Channel 5. His video, with more than 3 million views in less than a week, shows interviews with masked teens from across the state. A video that also includes one of our previous stories about a New Haven woman whose car was taken by the Kia Boys. But it was what happened after her car was found that shocked her. Tonight, we spoke with Andrew about his experience that included him witnessing a car theft with his own eyes.
Main takeaway was that they had really no understanding of consequences. I think it's a mix of social media affecting people's gratification systems, and then secondly, they haven't had the experience of going to jail and seeing how much that sucks yet.
We never did this for the internet. We just found out an easier way to steal cars.
The video has also captured the attention of the New Haven Police Department.
Past the internet. Kids, because I'm assuming they're juveniles, are talking like it's a game. The problem is it's not a game.
Chief Carl Jacobson says the Kia Boys have been trying to steal cars in New Haven for nearly 4 years, but he says the department is making headway. He says handing out wheel locks and GPS trackers are 2 of several strategies that have helped decrease the amount of stolen cars by 28% over the past year. He says the Kia Boys are still breaking into cars, but aren't as successful.
You look at numbers like that and you...
Like Wes said, I knew better not to do this, and I was playing GTA. These kids ain't even the generation that's raised on GTA, and they doing it for fun. They doing it like it's a sport, bruh. You said, players change.
Like go ahead. It's like I feel like this is nothing new. Like it's not new. It's just worse. That's the thing. Like it's just worse.
Yeah.
Every generation had bad kids, had troublemakers, had people with problems. It's literally just worse. The moment your kid is born, they have the ability to access a whole slew of information that we had to wait years to get to. And that's where the parenting comes in. A lot of these people just have bad parents. They don't give their kids unfiltered access to the internet. Their kids discover all type of stuff. They don't have conversations with their kids, and then they just do whatever.
It goes beyond the Kia Boys. It's just kids in general today.
You said what percentage constitutes the amount of Kia Boys? Are we allowing a few bad eggs to stereotype the entire youth population? It's not a few bad eggs. The Kia Boys has went from just a small group to each state has a sect of Kia Boys. We have Kia Boys
out here to Cali.
Yeah, we have.
Was still in Teslas.
Yeah, we have Kia Boys out here in Cali now. We have it started out in the East Coast. It went to the East Coast, then went to Central. Now it's all the way on the West Coast, and it's big groups. Kia Boys is like we didn't react to so many different. They got documentaries about these boys.
I'm about to say the Kia Boys stem from the same sect of young men who would be classified as YNs due to the life that they live. It's literally all up under the same sect.
Yeah.
If it wasn't a major issue, it wouldn't need a classification.
Yeah, it's just worse. It's just worse.
Right. Stepper, you had something to say?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually going into the little topic on the drill rap scene.
Yeah.
On the drill rap scene, yeah. I mean, yeah, I do actually agree with some of the stuff that I was talking about on the drill rap. I mean, especially out here in NYC, where a lot of stuff in the drill rap happen, like especially where like people from my age, 24 and below, be going live and talking about stuff that happened, dissing people's dead mans and all that type of stuff, and literally rapping about it. Look at all the indictments that is happening out here in New York, because they literally talk about and rap about the stuff that they literally just mentioned and say they do so and so, you know? Yep. Yeah. Just like how like the K Flock fans want K Flock free, and K Flock actually admit of what he did, but you know, yeah.
Yep, they talk about free K Flock. K Flock killed a man in broad daylight. Look, even though me and West talk about this channel because we hate this channel, right? Trap Lord Ross, we hate Trap Lord Ross because one thing we hate is we hate when other races try to like glorify the negative things of black culture for monetary gain, right? But Trap Lord Ross was dropping so many documentaries about what was happening in the drill rap era, dude. Each state was just having their own thing, and it was getting worse and worse and worse and worse.
Exactly.
And it was all over.
Yeah, and plus the investigations literally have secret little cameras in people's phones, literally in people's phones. So it's like so you know, so they can like literally collect like the type of evidence. Like look at all the indictments that's happening in New York, not just New York but everywhere too. You know what I'm saying? So they literally collected that over the years and years. So it's like the people who are drill rappers and who are in gangs and literally just thinking that they ain't gonna know about this. Yeah, they know, man, they know. You feel me?
Yep. So it's just
and then and then a couple months later, a year later, they all end up on the indictment list and all got arrested and literally busting into people's houses.
Yep.
Mom's houses too. And some parents do glorify their kids doing these type of activities like scamming and stuff and everything, you know?
Right.
Clearly.
Yep. So it's like this is and then all these things, man. Look, watch. K-Fly.
Sorry.
103 million views, 77 million views, 34 million views, 81 million views, 30 million views. You get me? This is just one. Drill rap was so mainstream. I bet if I play a drill beat right now, y'all could probably all just say the lyrics because y'all didn't heard it. That's not even showing the TikTok views that came on. This is just YouTube. You feel what I'm saying? So, but we about to get to the pop the balloon topics, man. But Wes, you got anything else you wanted to say? Because I know I cut you off.
No, you good. I mean, we could use my topic, or we could just say that for the next one and go straight to pop the balloon.
What's your topic, Billy? Hello?
Yeah, I said something my therapist asked me this week that I thought was a great question. I said, what's your idea / vision of a good life? What goals, qualities, characteristics, components, etc., go into that for you? Okay. That was what I said.
Okay. So if you want to start that topic off, you have the floor, brother. Go ahead and break it down so people have the points to talk about or the inspiration about it.
So when he asked me that question, I just gave a real simple answer because we was talking about like the reason that topic happened is because it kind of segued from like we was talking about marriage and he asked me if I wanted to be married, and then that's when I got that terrible statistic because I was like, oh yeah, 50% of marriages end in divorce, and he said, yeah, it's actually gone up because the classification of marriages that end in divorce, it's something to do with like two people who live in the same household who still like don't qualify as being divorced. He said the real number is like 65 now, so it's like 2 and 3 are more likely to end in divorce. And I was like, that's awful. I still want to get married though. And then he asked me that question. So for me, my ideal, like my vision of a good life or whatever is literally just having a career that I'm passionate about. So going to work doesn't feel like a chore. Being married, being financially stable to take care of myself and my wife and my children. And that's literally it. Financial stability, taking care of my wife, taking care of my kids, because I do want to get married, having a long-standing, marriage, everything. That's what I want. And then having, the cars that I've always wanted as a kid and stuff like that. But that's literally it. I'm a very simple individual. It's not that much that I want for myself. That is my goal. I still believe in marriage. I will always believe in marriage, even if it becomes 80, 89% or 90% or 95 or 99. I'm gonna be in the 1% who is going to get married and having a successful marriage.
Okay. So you want people to answer what is their ideal vision of a good life? What is the goal? Yep. What goals, qualities, characteristics, components, etc. go into that? Okay. If you guys want to answer this question, you guys want to give your vision of what is a good life, what's going to lead into a good life, feel free to come up here and talk your talk.
Minutes 30 seconds. Stay on topic, please.
Go ahead,
right. So what's my idea of a vision of a good life and what goals, qualities, characteristics? So basically, real simple, basically just let me guess. I guess being naturally debt free, that's one. And basically what you call it? Damn. Can you let Smiley go? I'm sorry. I don't know. My fault, y'all.
That's all good.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. Y'all really think about it before y'all raise your hand, man. Don't be Y'all be so excited to come up here. Take time. It's not a race, man. We here for 3 hours, dog. We here for 3 hours.
Stepper got the step. You got to step on, on them goals. You got to know what you want in life, man. You can't be lost. No, let me stop playing. But on the serious note, man, it's okay, Stepper. I don't think we all have it completely together. Cause for me, I had this conversation too. Like my mom said, like, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? Like, cause I'm still like 24 and still figuring things out. And I just told her, like, whatever God want me to put first, that's what I'm going to do, Like, I'm going to just put my faith in his hands and just let it be. And after that, trust his process and just live free, and have good morals, too. But Stepper, it's okay to not know what you want. But, like, that's okay. Just move at your pace, bro. And that's all I got to say.
That's real rap from Internet Smiley. That's real rap. That's real rap. People in the comments said, D Brick said, laughing more than crying, having peace of mind, being content, and passing that on to my child. That sounds like a solid point. Dean said, wonderful. For me, I would like to make money off my art, enough to retire my parents and help my siblings if they need it. I would like natural sunlight with large windows. Third, close relationships. Shout out to you. Those are good things. That's a good things to aim for.
Sunbathing in that house.
All right, Stepper, if you want to try it again, man, go ahead, man. All right, he not here. All right, Chris, go ahead. What is your
I'm sorry, guys. Hold on.
Yeah, you good, Stepper.
Couple more seconds.
Okay.
My ideal of a good life is I'm actually living it right now because I believe in living day by day because tomorrow is not promised to nobody out there.
Right.
So I believe I'm living it right now. I'm self-employed. I'm grateful to have my health, and that's it, really, to just be healthy.
Right.
And I let God or whatever direct my path. That's it.
Okay. Shout out Chris. About that. Yeshua.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Right, good night, everyone. Finally, a topic I can talk about. So, a good life to me, first and foremost, starts with God. Because I believe that once you believe in Jesus Christ and you know who Jesus Christ is and you're able to have a relationship with him, secondly, you're able to adhere to the Bible, to apply the scriptures to your life. Because as when Jesus was talking to Nicodemus, he said, unless a man be born again, he can't enter the kingdom of heaven. So being sanctified, being born again, being able to repent of sins, and we know that repentance is a daily thing over the course of our lives because we struggle with sin. But knowing that, having that down first and foremost, passing that on to your children, passing that on to those around you, your family, and then just being content in life, being somewhere that you can provide for your family, provide for your wife, because the order is God first, then family, then church. And I'm not talking about a building, any gathering that you have, whether it be at your home, whether it be with your family, or an organization such as church. So, in a sense, that's what I think living a good life is.
Okay, that's a great answer. All right, Miles, go ahead. What is your answer for a good life, brother?
Well, apparently I made a comment that answer was default. That was like a default answer, and apparently said that's the only answer. So apparently we should have no answers now, since that's the only answer now. Apparently,
hey, is Jesus not the answer?
Just say God, and that's it, right?
Is Jesus not the?
We can't have a detailed answer now.
So Jesus not the answer?
No, I mean he is the answer, but
so why are we mad about the answer?
Should nobody come up now?
So what are we mad about?
No,
what
it's
are we
a great
mad
answer.
So why is it? So what is the problem? If Jesus is the answer, what is the problem?
It's like, no, but I mean, you didn't want that though. You wanted like a detailed, like, I think sometimes people just throw that out there, which is a great answer. I'm not saying that it's the right answer, but then what's the point of being detail oriented then? If, because
you were so focused on the fact that you were classifying it as a default answer. Did you hear the rest of his answer?
I did hear the rest of the answer. You know what? I'm being 100% emotional, and I apologize.
Yes, it's okay. I forgive you. But we'll be taking your title. You were undefeated last week, but we're taking that away. How dare you?
Hey, I can miss shots all day long. As long as I made it once, that's all I need. I'm okay.
But what is your steps to a good life?
I live like Chris said. I live it every day. I was basically I was told around February 2nd. They told my mom when I came out the womb that I would die. I wouldn't make it. Premature baby, he's not gonna make it, and I'm 33 now, so I'm living a really good life. I've been requested pretty much my whole life has pretty much been, yo, you ain't gonna make it, and here I am still here kicking, and I get to live my dream too as a comedian. They noticed I was gonna be a comedian at the age of 2 when I was just being silly. They said, oh yeah, he's gonna be a comedian. What do you know? I'm doing stand-up comedy. I got my own hours. And I got the woman who was down with me to the end of time. You see what I'm saying? So I got everything I want. I got a woman who literally, if I close my eyes and lean back, she's going to catch me. I ain't got to ask her to do it. She's going to do it. She's my teammate. She's my partner. Met her when we was literally 9, 10 years old. And I got everything I want. Literally right now, I'm doing a kidney transplant evaluation. My dad's going to give me one of his kidneys so I can continue to live my life. So it's like, I got everything I want. I got the riches that you hear about. I got all the glory. I got everything. I've been to the mountaintop. When everyone's trying to climb up to the mountaintop, I've already been there and fell down from the mountaintop. So do I want to go back up there again? If I do, I know it's up there. There's nothing left for me but enjoy the rest of this time I got on this earth, because I'm living it every day, and I'm very happy and very blessed. And yes, God is always the answer. I apologize for even saying it was a default answer, because it really is the only answer.
Hey, that's a beautiful answer, sir.
Miles, yeah.
Shout out to Miles,
Wifey
man.
and Pops.
Shout out to the kidney, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, I've been through a lot. And this is not a cap. I've been through a lot with my health, and here I am still kicking, pushing, going on. Every goal I ever wanted, I've accomplished. It's nothing that I haven't done. I'm at the point now where I'm adding more goals because I've done everything. So it's like, okay, so let's add some more goals now. I got more time on Earth. Let's add some more goals.
Hey, that's valid. I'm trying to be like that, man. Start adding goals to my life, man. Stepper, are you ready, man? If not, we moving on to the pop the balloon.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go ahead.
I'm ready.
Oh, we're not doing the other one?
Let him answer.
Basically just being debt free, and most likely just living and focusing on myself and continuing to heal and focus on my boxing career. and the goals that I have in mind, and basically settle down with the lover of my dreams in the future, and have that Tevin Farmer type of love. I'm just kidding. Okay, but yeah, that's about it.
Okay, yes, sir.
All right.
100 men versus one gorilla topic.
Oh my lord.
Do y'all want to say that for next week?
I mean, it's for the. It would really be for the memes because I feel like 100 men versus a gorilla topic. That's finna. It's gonna be 11 o'clock before we.
There's only one answer. There's only one answer.
We can do it next.
No, let's just end it right here. There's only one answer.
Hey,
the men would win.
You see the video did you see the video that I posted in OG chat, Kite?
With the meme of the gorilla just wiping everybody out and just spinning around and swinging people.
The one with the white dude giving the explanation.
Oh, about how like the gorilla would be fatigued and stuff like that.
Yeah. I want you to play that video for everybody so they can see like the facts that comes with it. I don't know how you can play
this one?
All you gotta do is open that up and then stream it or whatever.
Does he cuss in this one or is it clean?
No, the white guy doesn't cuss. I don't think the white guy cuss.
Out of 100 fights, 100 humans, 1 gorilla, I think that the gorilla wins 8.
Because it's literally like it's a factual thing.
Okay, yeah. You said the gorilla would win because 10 times the strength. That doesn't matter. Fatigue is still a thing. No, there's not an animal on the planet that does not fatigue. The problem is he would burn out after about the 3rd or 4th wave of fights if he's fighting 5 at a time. 3rd wave, he's already fatigued to the point where he's not fighting anymore. You still got about 75 other men, but we're gonna play the clip. Hold on.
One gorilla, I think the gorilla wins 85% of the time.
100 unarmed humans versus 1 silverback gorilla.
All right, there we go.
I need to get in on this. Let's start with the gorilla. It's a monster. Absolute unit. That's 400 pounds of problems wrapped in skin. According to researchers, they can also lift 10 times their body weight. That's like 4,000 pounds. That's like your car with you in it. They also have a 1,300 pound bite force, which is strong enough to break just about any bone in your body. However, they also get taken out by leopards. At the same time, one man, a 73-year-old man, took out a leopard with his bare hands. He just jumped on top of it and ripped its tongue out of its mouth. Humans are crazy. I think the entire world has collectively forgotten what we're capable of. Even if every human only weighed 100 pounds, that's 10,000 pounds of highly intelligent, high stamina humans. And gorillas have fast-moving muscle fibers, which basically means their muscles are built for short explosions. Just a fancy way of saying they don't have stamina. They're gonna get exhausted. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's gonna be a flawless victory. Like, we're not coming back with 100 people. Some people are gonna reach their expiration date on that battlefield. But there is no world, no scenario where the gorilla wins that match. Realistically, I think 20 humans could take a silverback gorilla. I'll even take it a step further. I don't think there's a land animal on Earth that could take a...
Yeah. I don't know why it's crashing again, but yeah. Good.
And I'm gonna be honest, me and Kite talked about it. Even like the worst land animal for us to fight 100v1 is a polar bear, and being honest, we probably still win that one. We would lose a lot more people than the gorilla.
Oh yeah, for
but
sure.
We probably still win.
Yeah,
we would still win, man. It's not even like it's not even close, bro.
But if you guys feel otherwise, who do you guys feel would win between the gorilla, 100 humans versus, or 100 men versus the gorilla? Go ahead, raise your hand. Go ahead. 100 men versus a rhino, we would kill the rhino.
100 men versus most things we would kill.
I don't think people understand how much 100 is. That 100 is a lot. All right, go ahead, Miles.
No.
Well,
I just want to let everybody know that real quick, my man Rolly is the man. If you put some money on it, you about to come up rich. I'm just throwing that man just beat Ryan Garcia on his main event. Anyway, I got the 100 men whooping on the gorilla. That's easy. I know 10 dudes I could pick right now that could give one gorilla a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, and let's hypothetically speak it though. Like, think about like Mark Henry in his prime. You know what I'm saying? Think of a Brock Lesnar. You know what I'm saying? Think of Bobby Lashley. You know, The Big Show, Andre the Giant. I mean, if Mike Tyson can wrestle with a tiger, I mean, we could do some amazing things as humans. And Mike Tyson was little. So I'm just saying, like, I think people just get caught up in looking at movies and looking at animals. I'm like, hey, look, man, give me a prime Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Put them all in the same room and watch what happened with the silverback. It don't matter. You can literally get Brock Lesnar, Mark Henry, Bobby Lashley. You get 5 strong people, maybe even 8 strong people to grab each part of that body, and then get the biggest dude like Yokozuna to sit on the gorilla's back. He ain't moving. He ain't moving.
I ain't even.
And if y'all know who Yokozuna is, go look up Yokozuna. Go look up Viscera. Man, we got some big dudes in the world. Some big Samoans. Some big all type of sumo wrestlers. Man, stop playing with me. We got some big dudes out here.
We ain't even got to get the craziest wrestlers. I can go to Hawaii right now and get 100 Samoans, and they'll win.
What I'm saying.
Like, regular Samoans, they just chilling outside on the beach.
I'm not gonna lie. I think 5 people is enough. Brock Lesnar, Big Daddy V, Big Show, Yokozuna. Those people are enough.
There you go. Like, what are we talking about here?
Plus,
y'all thinking about Floyd Mayweather, 100,000 Floyd Mayweathers can't do that. But we ain't talking about a little 147 pounders. No, we talking about legitimate. Deontay Wilder can punch a farm animal if he wanted to and knock him out. Oh, George Foreman can knock out a farm animal. Like, what are we talking about here? We got some humans. We got some mutant people up in here, man. Like, stop it, man.
Somebody said, I think 30 men are going down because at least 30 men would actually be scared and not have a good reaction in real life. So the thing is, it depends on the setting, right? But you eliminate fear when you put people in an environment that you know that they don't have any escape of, right? That's how you eliminate the fight or flight, the flight factor. If you put 100 men in an arena with this gorilla and you say, no, y'all are not leaving until either that gorilla's dead or you're dead, that fear is gonna get thrown out the window because reality is gonna set in of, if I don't do something, I'm gonna die a horrific death. Even if I watch this guy just get his face punted off by the gorilla, it's still better to fight than to sit there and get mauled to death. Because once that gorilla starts going, he already it's all right, everybody's an enemy at this point. You get what I'm saying? There's not no lay down and run away. You're in an arena. You're not going nowhere. So it's like, but the problem is people are treating this question like it's a gorilla doing 100 1v1s. And it's not that. It's 100 men jumping a singular gorilla at one time. That gorilla is not walking out of there, bro.
You know what's so crazy? If Michael Jai White can kick a heavy bag off his hinges, I don't see why he can't kick the gorilla in the side of the head. Let Brock Lesnar grapple him. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like we got some crazy humans out here. Do they not watch John Jones? Do they not know do they not see humans out here that's ridiculous? 7'1", 500 pounders, Omos. I mean, like, what are we talking about here? Like, we got some big dudes in the world. Like, I don't think people just don't understand how strong a human is. I don't think they get it.
I would think getting bit by a gorilla is one and done. But now, do you think a gorilla has enough stamina to bite 100 people? Do you?
Hey, look, that gorilla is not John Wick.
I'm about to say, yeah. I just watched my man's Oliver get bit, and the half of his head is gone. But we gonna get it back in blood for Oliver, because while he was getting bit, somebody was trying to Kimura choke the gorilla. Somebody just hopped off a tree to donkey kick him in the chest. Like that's not a free bite. You just don't get to kill somebody and no consequences happen. Like, nah, we gonna make this work to our advantage. Like I said, not everybody going home. Oliver didn't make it, but I'm making it to the crib. I don't know about them. I'm gonna be all right.
Stay out, Peasy. What did you have to say, bro?
Yeah. Like I said, I think 5 big wrestlers is enough. just 5.
Okay.
That's valid. 5 with a super heavyweight is enough.
Nah, that's valid. All right. Chris, I know you believe the gorilla got it, so I want to hear, why do you feel like the gorilla can beat? Oh, did Chris bounce out?
He's not in the chat no more.
His phone probably died.
Call?
Oh, his phone probably died.
If
All right.
Like that, maybe.
Go ahead, Stephen.
100 Tom Aspinalls versus a gorilla. I'm just kidding, y'all. They say if 100 men could beat a 600-pound gorilla, they might have a chance. But honestly, I don't think 100 men could actually beat a 500, 600-pound gorilla. That's just my opinion, but
why do you feel that way? That's the question.
Because one, the gorilla is 500 times stronger than an actual human being. I mean, us human beings are strong too, but honestly, do y'all really think in y'all mind that 100 people could beat a 500, 600-pound big gorilla? Come on.
Yeah.
Caveman did
it. Caveman did it with less.
So why we can't do it?
Caveman did it with less.
Caveman though. That's a caveman though.
What do you mean?
It's still a human. It's still a man.
I'm about to say,
100 Aspinalls can beat a gorilla?
Hey, do you know what powerlifting is?
Yeah, I know what powerlifting is. Come on now.
Okay, so you're naming all the strength feats.
Can a person powerlift 500?
Yes, more than that actually.
So
What
are you talking about?
These powerlifters aren't even the peak of humans, right? These are just strength. There's more to combat than just strength. We have people that are powerlifting for fun. You don't think 100 male powerlifters can beat up one 600-pound gorilla when they can lift over 1,000? Some of them can lift like 800-900 pounds dead weight.
No.
They don't even gotta kill the gorilla. They just gotta beat him up.
How about
a lot of people are treating this?
100 Mark Henrys.
100 Mark Henrys would slap a gorilla. What?
I'm about to say, you don't even need 100 Mark Henrys. You could do 20. You could do 20 Mark Henrys and they would beat the gorilla.
Mark Henry?
I think all of y'all are treating this like a 1v1. Y'all think this is a 100 1v1. We're not playing Tekken. He's getting jumped.
Yes.
We talk about Mark
This
Henry.
Is not Street Fighter.
Yeah, Mark Henry.
The world's strongest man. He would obliterate a gorilla. We get 20 Mark Henrys in there. I'll put him up against. I'll put 50 Mark Henrys up against 3 gorillas, bro. They still getting
So I'll
walked.
put 20 Mark Henrys and 100 Tom Aspinalls against a gorilla.
Bro, okay, what? Okay, besides strength, right? They just said a gorilla can lift 10 times his weight. That's 4,000 pounds, right? How much does Mark Henry weigh?
Yeah. He probably weigh about like 400 pounds. About like
he weighs 359 pounds, right? Let's do 359 times 100. That is 35,000 pounds, basically 36,000 pounds. That gorilla, if these all just jump on top of that gorilla is going to get smushed and crushed to death.
And like Nitro just said, in his prime, he was over 400, bro.
That gorilla it's only gonna take about 10 people to get that gorilla stuck on the floor.
See, that's the thing. We ain't even gotta do that, bro. We can go off the national American average. Okay. The national American average of height and weight in the US is 5'9", 199 pounds. If you put 5'9", 199 pounds people against that gorilla, we're going to win. People not gonna make it. Not everybody gonna make it, but we're gonna win.
We're for sure winning.
It's just that simple. Y'all think that it's 100 1v1s. It's not 100 1v1s.
You gotta remember that they used to throw gladiators in pits with just nets versus tigers, lions, bears, all that. They were throwing them in pits. And these was people that ate in like 3 days. They getting beat for hours and hours on end, and then they getting thrown in a pit saying, hey, if you survive this, you won't have to fight another day in your life. And dudes is walking out alive. But y'all think a random silverback is enough to stop 100?
100 people get like jumping him. Like, be for real. And it's not even going.
Nah,
We're not
100
even
Mark
gonna have
Henry
100 people.
one gorilla. 100 Mark Henry.
Yeah, that's overkill.
That's even worse.
That's overkill
That gorilla's a pancake. Wait, here's what I'll ask you. Do you think 100 ants can kill a human?
Possible. I mean, yeah.
Yes, 100 ants could kill a human. Especially if they're fire ants. It don't even take 100 fire ants to kill a human. It only probably takes about 20, 30 because that venom, right? But this is just
all
ants.
it takes is one ant to like suck your whole skin up and then all of a sudden you start itching.
Right. This is just an ant. This ant, the average, the size of an ant to a human is not even comparable to a gorilla. An ant don't even weigh a pound versus a 200-pound thing, but it can kill it. So why do we think that 600-pound creature can outweigh 200-pound creatures? That don't make sense.
At the end of the day, anything can kill anything on a good day. It really just depends on who better that day. But let's be for real.
Dorian. Go ahead, Dorian. Go ahead, weigh on this. I know you were waiting.
Bruh. So I have a quick context question. Did we ever talk about like are the humans armed? Because I got here late.
No,
the human is barehanded.
It's always unarmed.
Oh, say no
because
more.
once we give them weapons, it's a wash. It's still a wash. It's even more of a wash if we give us weapons.
Exactly. And we're forgetting several basic human advantages. We have intelligence. We have tactics. And it's a jumping. It's not one. This isn't an action movie. It's not, oh, you get your turn. Oh, you get your. Even if we do turn by turn, 100 people. Have you seen two gorillas fighting? They fight for like 15 seconds and then they stop.
They get tired. Yeah.
You think they're gonna be 100 people? Y'all remember the travesty at Astro World when people were literally stepping over each other? If you have a mass of people and they begin sprinting or bum rushing, the amount of heat and weight suffocates and kills.
Yep.
If you have 100 people focusing in on one specific subject and you say, oh, life or death, you gotta go kill this gorilla. Bro, the gorilla's cooked. We're too comparable in size. And even if the gorilla was, well, even stronger, it's cooked. It's up. King Kong is done.
No, King Kong. He's done. I'm sorry. Then my thing is, somebody asks, how are we getting to the point where we killing gorillas? It's because, man, we have this thing where we create scenarios where we just got to challenge it, and it just so happened to go viral because people are truly debating this. It started off with, do you think a human can beat a dog one-on-one? And the obvious answer is yes, humans can beat a dog one-on-one. We do it daily now. But then people start pushing the narrative, okay, can he beat a cane corso? Can he beat a mastiff? Can he beat a, we kept pushing it.
Y'all be stretching.
Yeah, then we start talking about, can you beat a hyena with your bare hands? Now, the one-on-one hyena, no. I don't think you can beat a hyena one-on-one with your bare hands. It's just because...
Somebody can. I can't. I'm about to say, hey, we seen the video said a 73-year-old Kenyan man beat a leopard with his bare hands. He got on top of him and ripped his tongue out. Somebody can beat that hyena. Probably not me though. And I'm not even gonna be in the scenario to find out. If I find myself in a scenario where I'm one-on-one with a hyena in the African wilderness, then I've done multiple wrong steps in my life to get there.
He said, I'm sorry to repeat myself, but out of 100 men, a few will be scared and run away. That's why we said the scenario is you're putting them in an arena. There is nowhere to run. But even if it was an open field and some men could run away, 70v1 is still extremely generous. Especially since the gorilla has to fight and kill 71 creatures. Gorillas can't even kill each other in a one-on-one. It takes too much effort. They get burnt out after 15 minutes of exchange. This is a jumping. You're getting stomped, kicked, eye gouged. People going nut shots. It's all that. That gorilla is going. He gonna have a terrible time, man. All right, but now that we're done with this, let's get to the topic that everybody is really, really excited for. Pop the Balloon, episode 53. Pop the Balloon episode 53 happened this Wednesday, as it always does. It was a female lineup this time. Out of all the men that came out, it was an hour and 30 minutes, and we only walked away with about two matches, I believe. If I remember correctly, young lady in the white got a match, and young lady in the green got a match. Everybody else did not get a match. I will go one by one. This lady, she basically just rejected majority of everybody. She popped first. As the episode went on, she kept just saying, you're too short, you're too small, you're too short, you're too small. It became very condescending after about the second, third guy. This lady right here was the person that she was saying basically that she was a newly found Christian. She also was popping on majority of the guys before they even got to talk. They did a lot of this whole episode. They did a lot of Jesus talk, talking about grace, but then they all popped on men for the most superficial reasons. Even the guy that came out and matched their energy as a Christian, they popped on him because he wasn't tall enough. Then as the episode started progressing, she started getting very rude, making very rude comments. At one point, she told a man, he said, I don't know if I would approach her. And she told the man, yeah, don't approach me. And it was like, dang, like that don't sound very welcoming. This lady right here, she started off as very kind, welcoming, and she seemed like a sweet lady. But as the episode started going on, you started to pay attention to the fact that one, she was doing the exact same thing that these two were doing. She was just nice. And at the end of the day, it's still, if you're doing the wrong thing and you're doing the wrong thing, just because you put some sugar on top of it doesn't mean that it's suddenly a good thing. She did the exact same thing that they were doing. She popped on everybody. She popped on superficial reasons. So at the end of the day, she's cooked. She's cooked with these three. These three are cooked. She got out pretty quick. She got out in the first round. She got her match. Shout out to her. This lady was not horrible. She was actually pretty cool. She didn't do too much egregious stuff. So she was all right. Dang, hold on. Why y'all beefing in the chat, bro?
I don't even know where that came from.
They're fine now.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, respect my platform, yo.
Hey, bro, look, we just told you to chill, and then you said that, Stepper. Come on, bro.
Respect my word two. Respect my platform, please. Respect my platform, bro. Because we will stop doing Flock Talks, and we will go back to just doing life lessons and blessings. And life lessons and blessings was just only 2G1A members, bro. Respect my platform. That's just how it is. Y'all saying, y'all using that type of language. My wife is in here, bro. Respect my wife. Do not talk inappropriate in the presence of my wife. Respect my platform, bro. I don't care about none of this Pop the Balloon stuff. If you guys can't respect Flock Talk, we will take Flock Talk away. All right, let's get back to it, bro. This lady this lady right here, she was very superficial. The same thing as the ladies before. Green, she ended up getting a match. She was out of here. This lady was interesting. I don't know what was going on. She came off and gave that atmosphere of like she was gonna be open to more people, but she actually just ended up popping and even becoming more of like an annoyance as she went on. She did a lot of like, oh, like I support short guys. I support the short kings. You know, short kings, you know, they deserve love too. They just not gonna get it from me. And it was like, all right, so if you're not gonna get a short king, don't sit there and brag about supporting short kings. And then this lady at the end had the curse of irrelevance. I still don't remember anything that this lady said in the episode. She literally was just there. She was just there. Like, she popped first. She didn't make it past many rounds. I think she was like, out of the 5 guys that came out, she only made it past like 2-3 rounds on one person. After that, she was just out. Pop first. They all were just popping before giving the guys a chance. So that was my review of it. Alex, how did you feel about episode 53?
I didn't really like it too much. Only because like the ladies were just doing a lot of silly stuff that just didn't make sense to me. They all dressed really well. They all look really good. I did like a few of the male contestants. Name, I forgot his name. He was one of the shorter contestants. I think he did some type of work with his church or something like that. But I like how he was like respectfully Yeah.
You talking about him?
I was not expecting to see Josh again. I was not expecting to see him again. I'm kind of skeptical on him coming back because he's very hard to read. But yeah, other than that, it was okay. It was chill.
Okay. If you guys would like to talk about how you guys felt about this episode in general, just the episode overall. It's not a specific part, just overall, how did you feel about episode 53? You guys can go ahead and start raising your hand. Stay down, Peasy, Steppa, Dorian. All right, stay down, Peasy. How did you feel about episode 53?
It was an okay episode. Just the only thing I didn't like about it was the girl in the black, the second girl. And I kind of knew that you guys were kind of going to have an issue with her because normally Arlette posts like a little 10-second clip of, what episode is about to come out or whatever. So when I looked and she made that statement about, oh yeah, you shouldn't, I was like, let me go on her page. Went on her page and then here she go with the whole Christianity and all of those stuff. I was like, yeah, that wasn't very Christian of you. You to be acting this way. And then coming to find out, just watching the full episode and then just watching her demeanor and how she is like, okay, yeah, that pretty much just proved my point.
Okay. Shout out, stay down, Peasy. Smiley, how did you feel about this episode overall, brother?
So it was alright. It was like one of them episodes where, like, it wasn't real, like no standout moments for real, but they was kind of tweaking and over whooping a little bit because, like, I know they were saying like that one lady with the diamond in her mouth, she had like a bad aura or something like that. They kept on saying that, like, her energy wasn't inviting. So I guess it was a lot of like energies that wasn't like really positive on this episode. But this one of the best looking episode look wise though. And I do got like one little question though. So they not doing no more reunions?
We just gotta wait.
I wouldn't know. We just reactors, bro. They don't tell us nothing.
We've been waiting on it too.
Yeah, they kept on going, so that's all I had to say. But yeah, it was a decent episode.
All right, shout out to Smiley. Now we waiting on that reunion too, because the reunion that be our long reactions. When the reunions be coming out, that's when y'all be getting them 3-hour Kite and Alex reactions. But we ain't. I don't know where it's at. Shoot. Chris, how did you feel about episode 53?
I don't know. I don't know what I should say because I read in the YouTube comments, I keep preaching the same thing over and over again.
My hands is up. If I ain't say it, I ain't got to defend it. My hands is up. So how did you feel though?
How did I feel? Same thing. What I feel. Same. Listen, I actually put this in the Pop the Balloon comment section in the actual Pop the Balloon. I said the lesson that every man should learn is this: stop believing what these women want and start giving them what these women actually need. What these women actually need, they need a assertive, confident, dominant man in their life. All those ladies need that on that actual panel. And by the way, I'm actually undefeated. Why? Because there was a guy that was 6'8" that went home alone. There's a guy that was super tall that was hovering on all the women. He went home alone. So where's this concept with this guys want these women want these tall men at? I ain't see that. So by the way, the guys.
Hold on. I can't let you get no free shots at. We're not gonna act like the tall guy that was in the suit that got rejected wasn't almost 60 years old and these women were in their 30s. Like, I'm not gonna give you that free. I'm not gonna give you that freebie shot. That's not how this works.
No, true. But once again, they said tall guy. They didn't say the age of a tall guy. They didn't say nothing about the age.
But then Josh got a match. So that's a 50-50, and Josh is tall. And he was cool. And he was dressed up nicely. So that means you took an L there.
Cool. All right, cool. I'll let you have that. But I'll let you have that, KiteZz. Listen.
I love you, Chris, man.
This
I
is
love
your
you, man.
show. I'll let you have this, man. This is your platform. But going on, all I'm saying is that's what these women want. And man, I got to be on the show just to show all the guys on this panel on how to deal with these women out here. I have to be on the Pop the Balloon show. I have to. Don't want to, but I have to.
You're gonna go on. Are you gonna go on Pop the Balloon, Chris?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna actually have to sign up, and I have to be on the show. I have to show you guys how to move with these women out here. Because I'm telling you, I don't care what these women say. I'm it. I'm him. So
I'll put it on my life right now. I put it on everything I love and I believe in. If you go on that Pop the Balloon and you get a match, everything bad I've ever uttered about you in the confines of my mind, I will start to sing your high praises. If you go on there and you get that match, everything you say, it'll be highlighted in the YouTube videos from here on out. Go on there and get you a match based off everything you believe
I'm gonna
in.
say this.
You'll really be the king of the flock.
If Chris goes on this Pop the Balloon and successfully matches, none of y'all can ever question his dating advice ever. Because that means he is not only the living embodiment of what he says, but that means that he has a 100% success rate on what he's saying. So if Chris does it, I don't want to hear no backlash. When Chris does his rants, y'all better sit and be humble. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Seriously, I'm not afraid of any of those women in this panel because I dealt with women like them. I dealt with all of them.
Let's go.
I dealt with all of them.
All right, Chris, I look forward to it, bro. Hey, when you get on the episode, make sure you let us know. Well, actually, you probably wouldn't be able to let us know because they're gonna most likely make you sign an NDA. But just like when it happens, just let us know. Be like, hey, the drop happened. Like something. Let us know something subtle. That way we can be ready for it.
No, hey, yo, I'm just letting you know, KiteZz and Alex, when I get on that show, you know the first thing I'm gonna say, baby girl.
Hey, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You gonna get popped, Chris. You gonna get popped.
My goat.
You better not do that.
But if they pop, but if they pop on him for memeing, does that count? Does it count?
Yes.
It counts if they pop on him for memeing?
Yes, that's no different than a guy doing a cheesy pickup line and they don't like it.
That's not fair. Because he's doing it for us.
That's Pop the Balloon.
But he's doing it for us though. That can't count.
If he gets a match, then it's fine. If he don't get a match from it, then that's.
You know what? At the end, when you get your match at the end, that's when you can say "baby girl." That's when you can give us the bad signal. But you got to be genuine and you got to get your match first, and then you can do the baby girl stuff at the end.
If you say "baby girl" and she pop you after you say it after y'all was supposed to match,
it still counts. It still counts.
Yeah. Don't do it, Chris. Don't do it.
All right. So on the requirements, does Chris have to be on the? If he gets a match and he's on the men's lineup, does it count the same as if he comes out and it's him versus the line? Does that count?
No, it don't count the same.
No,
because you got more power when you have the balloon because you're, versus the person that's coming to pop. Because Chris could always pop first if he don't hear or see something he don't like. He has the advantage versus him coming out and presenting himself. There's a high chance that he could get popped off of anything that he says.
He could hang in there for a desperate trick. That could be the scenario on anything though. That could be a scenario even if he comes out to the lineup.
It has to be a genuine match though too, because I don't want to see no ketchup and it's some bull crap talking about I ghosted her because she didn't say the right thing to me. Nah. It has to be a genuine match, bro.
Well, I mean, now we getting real specific.
I know that's not fair, bro. If he goes on there and gets a match, it shouldn't matter.
Fine.
The point Chris is proving is that he can go on there and say what he needs to. He can say, he knows the right things to say to get a match. That's the point he's proving. I feel like if it don't work out, that's not on him. His objective is different. You get what I'm saying?
Just to get a match. Yeah, no, I feel it.
Do you agree with that, Chris?
Those rules.
Yeah. Like I said, I would treat those same. I would treat the women the same as if I was dating them outside of the show. I don't change. I'm pretty consistent.
Bro, this could be the most glorious. This could be the year of Chris, bro. This could be the year of Chris, bro. I'm so ready for it, bro. I'm actually rooting for the underdog, bro. This could be his year. All right, Dorian, go ahead, man. How did you feel about this episode? Dorian, you there? He might be cutting
muted,
chat,
but I don't know if his mic is working.
Make sure you
chat is crazy.
Maybe here, go down and raise your hand and come back up and see if it works, Dorian. Steppa, go ahead. How did you feel about this episode?
It is what it is. I don't really feel so much about it. I guess they gotta keep saying the same thing, that they want a tall man, this and that. Ain't nothing new for me.
Right.
Ain't really nothing new about today's pop, the balloon. It is what it is. And by the way, just want to apologize to all my little language that I spoke. It's the Bronx in me.
I understand.
So my for y'all. Sorry.
Good.
Appreciate the apology.
Yes, sir. All right, let's try it again. Dorian, are you good, brother? Go ahead and you should be able to unmute.
Yeah, can y'all hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
All right, bet. Perfect. When I first peeped the episode, I was like, it was just business as usual. Ain't nothing happened. Then I remembered. I looked back. I was like, bro, they're all pushing 40. And they still single. It always proves itself. They over here sounding like a bunch of teenage girls pushing 40.
Dang.
Mm-hmm. Tough work, bro. It shows that even though the hardware looked like it working, the software is corrupted. And
no. Elaborate, Dorian. Elaborate.
No. So if you peep, you said it in your own reaction. They were saying,
I know what I did. This is not about me. This is about you.
Nah, so you open my eyes because they kept saying the right things, but then they do the shallow nonsense anyways. Like, oh yeah, I know I can't pick my type. Yet when the Brawlic 6'3" guy came out talking about divine feminine, what happened? He walked away with a match. The only reason why the old man that was mad tall didn't walk away is because, he looked like my daddy. They kept going on about that.
That is true.
That's the only reason why he didn't walk away with a match for real. It's actually wild. And they're like, I can't be vain. Oh, but you're too short. You might love God. That's great. But you're 5'7". And even though I'm in heels, you're 5'7".
It's true. He's not wrong.
And they're pushing 40. These are the people that have younger nieces, little sisters, like never settle. I understand standards matter, but we're talking about character for real. We're talking about a long-lasting. I didn't have the initial spark, the initial attraction, bruh. One day you might not walk the same way you were. Your knees ain't gonna work. You're gonna be wrinkled. You think initial attraction gonna save you then? If attraction is all you care about, the moment you lose it a little bit, you should just trade it off for a new one. If attraction is all that matters for real. But oh well.
He's cooking. I support this message. I support the message. I support it.
Everything's obviously working out. That's why they're on an internet dating show.
Talk about it. They don't want to hear that part. They don't want to hear the truth, Dorian. They don't want to hear it. People don't want to hear the reason that it's crazy that you think that you're perfect, but you're still single, but you don't think you're the problem or there's anything that's wrong on your part. People don't want to hear that, but it's okay.
Yep. And that's what I remembered. And I realized after watching, I was like, bro, they really all 40. Damn. I thought they was 25 the way they talking. I thought they was my age. Nope. aunties.
Nope.
Well, I'll pray for them, but seeing how they treat men of God, I don't think they care.
That part. Shout out Dorian, man. Wes, did you say something, bro? Hey, who put this? Hey, yo, get this out of my chat, bro. What's up with game, bro? What's up with you,
There's
bro?
nothing that I can say. There's nothing I can say
He
in a
is a
positive
fool.
manner that
Stop,
wouldn't,
bro.
trade us into unspeakable territory. So I'm gonna just keep.
Hey, shout out to Rollo.
Shout out Floridian Rollo with the $10 bomb. Top 5 surprises on the Pop the Balloon. Keep up the great work, Kites and Just Alex. Yes, sir. Shout out to Floridian Rollo. If you guys like reactions, make sure y'all go check out his reactions too. Rollo be putting some good biblical knowledge in that. Go ahead, check him out, man.
Yeah,
Show
he
some
gave us
love.
good commentary.
I be watching Rollo. Hey, man. Rollo be talking his talk. All right, put me in the game, coach. How'd you feel about episode 53, brother?
Yeah, my takeaway from it, the short guys don't even need to get on there no more. It ain't working. It ain't working. I don't think I remember a time where it worked out for a short guy in no episode. Can y'all recall something?
I think
that capybara dude got a match. Capybara. Y'all know
But
what I'm talking about.
I know James from James Gourmet Pies. How could I forget that? He was short. It didn't work out for him, and he make the best pies. It didn't work out for him. He up in that
We gotta
big.
define short. We gotta define short.
Under
Some of them men on there weren't short.
okay. We'll go by the female standard. The female on the show standard is short. So anybody under 6'2".
Gosh, then that's
My
the
bad.
whole show.
That's the point.
I almost slipped up.
That's the point.
Yeah,
But
I feel
that's
you.
the point.
I feel you.
But that's the point. There has been dudes on the show that there was a guy that was 6'2", remember? And because Shorty was wearing 4-inch heels and she was 5'10", she was like, yeah, I don't believe you're 6'2". I think you're like 5'10". And they rejected him.
Nah, Shady, they be acting like they were born with heels on their feet. It don't even matter if you taller than them with the heels on too. You just gotta be tall overall.
What I think the dude's gonna have to do is get up there with Tim's. They gotta get up there with some. We gotta fight. We gotta fight back.
We gotta fight back. Everybody gotta get the butters, and you gotta put the sock. You gotta roll a ball of socks up on a heel.
Nah, Dorian got me screaming. He said 6'6" giga Negroes only.
Yeah, bro, we gotta get the hey, look, I'm gonna put y'all on the method, man. Y'all gotta get the Tims. Go get the steel toe ones. The steel toe ones got extra lift on them. You get what I'm saying? You take always double sock, and put a little bit of tissue on the heel. You feel me? That'll get you 6'3".
Oh my gosh.
All right, Miles, go ahead, man. If Miles is here,
Okay. Yeah. Real quick though, the height thing, you ain't gotta worry about that. We've already seen that the height is nonsense because when the tall dudes do come, what do they end up saying now? It started to become a slight little trend. You're just too tall for me. So you know what I'm saying? So let's not forget that that's also a thing too. So yeah, but real quick though, I thought the show was a shout out to my little brother. He's watching right now. He's in New York right now watching the fight. He's watching the show right now in Times Square. Watching y'all. So I thought that the ladies were terrible. But I want to say that I'll give them one little bit of grace was because I thought the guys were a little too old. Most of those guys were in their 40s. A lot of these girls were in their 30s. I think they should have just kept it around the 30s because the 30-year-old range is where you still want to be around your people, your peers still. So having somebody that looked like Rick Fox and looking like Lil Idris Elba, that wasn't gonna cut it. You know, that wasn't gonna cut it. That they're on the wrong episode. They on the wrong one. These girls are way too young for them. You know, pushing close to 50, 60, you know, that's just not gonna cut it. But the girls though, however, they were really not that attractive to be acting like they was acting. One girl, the fake Christian, the second one, she had the audacity to just act like she was acting. She was the ruthless one.
I thought the lady that had a match with somebody who was a second-time offender, she's a goofy for matching with someone who really should do her research, because it's not a good match that she matched with. If we go back and watch his catch-up, he was the one that was really sex-oriented first. He was the one that always kept bringing up sex first about everything. So she should be careful about who she really matched with. And as far as the look, I always say this, man, go look at the beauty pageants and then look at these ladies. The beauty pageants, even some of the finest girls don't even win the beauty pageant. These girls wouldn't even qualify. If they was in a beauty pageant right now, the people would be like, "Are you here to pick up someone? Oh, you're competing. Oh, you don't even make the list. You shouldn't be here. But you're not that good looking." And the second one, the fake Christian, she only looked good because the other girls don't. If you want to be honest, you put her in a room with some beauty pageant chicks, she will be the ugliest one in the group. So they really should have a little bit of grace, but I will give them credit because they didn't have the right age range for a lot of their, I think they should have kept it around 30s. Not the 40s was not a good idea.
Hey, he cooked them. Yeah, it's crazy because I didn't remember the Josh guy until Alex pointed it out. Was like, yeah, that's the guy that was I think he had the cuffs in the bathroom or something like that, huh? He had the little pink cuffs in the somebody said he was the guy that the shorty went to go take a shower and he didn't watch the dog. He didn't want to watch the dog or something like that, right? Am I getting?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, she asked him to watch the dog and Buddy was like, "Nah, I'm tired. I don't want to watch the dog." And then he just kept talking about sex with her. Yeah, man. So it's crazy, bro. My thing is this, bro. And we gonna get into it, bro. I heard a lot of Christ talk. Right? And I heard a lot of like God, grace, Christ talk. And this was what makes me mad, because y'all know we put Christian content. We're Christians first before the content creator, right? The part that set me off was when I hear a lot of God talk, and then I hear somebody say something that completely goes against your beliefs as a Christian, right? People in the comments were trying to make justifications for this. There is no biblical context for divine femininity. I'm gonna say it again. There is no biblical context for divine femininity, right? Just like there is no biblical context to divine masculinity. Y'all need to understand that is witchcraft. Divine femininity is witchcraft. I'm gonna say it one more time because maybe people don't understand. Divine femininity is witchcraft. Okay? Even when you look up divine femininity, just look it up without adding Bible or anything. Just look up divine femininity without any filters. And I'll do it in front of y'all because apparently even with me putting it in the video, people were still like, no, in the Bible, it can still, no, it doesn't. No. Divine femininity is not biblical.
Hey, there goes so Illuminati to go right there.
Yeah, this is not biblical. This is not biblical. This don't even look biblical. Look at all this. This is not even me filtering the search. This is just the divine feminine. Does this look like biblical anything to y'all? There is nothing biblical in this. You got bro, do y'all know that there's religions that do use this symbology of the women fading in with nature, the mother nature, the mother spirit, all that? This is not, bro, y'all, I keep trying to tell y'all, bro, stop trying to think just because something sounds heavenly and it sounds good, it's not. There is no spirit of divine femininity. There is no spirit that you can't pray the spirit of divine femininity on you. You can't pray the spirit of divine masculinity on you. That is not there. No, stop it. You can't. I'm sorry. And if you really feel that way, I'm gonna tell you now. When we die, we gonna see. When you die, I want you to go talk to God about how come your divine feminine spirit lets you do this and do that. Let me see what he says. I guarantee you he gonna say depart from me, because it's not biblical.
I would just urge people to not partake in that. Like, if God gives us free will, yes, but there are some things that are clear that we are not supposed to indulge in, that we're not supposed to, partake in, and that's one of those things. And even if you look at how there is a spiritual divide with femininity and masculine and divine feminine and all that kind of stuff, it's putting that right there.
What does this say?
Divine feminine witchery. It's a cult.
What does this say?
Embodying Lilith. Oh, which y'all, you would have to, you have to do your research into that, but I'm pretty sure KiteZz is going to tell you. For people that don't know the context behind Lilith, explain the context behind Lilith.
Bro, Lilith is the new modern day. So y'all remember when Ariana Grande started coming out with that song, God is a Woman and all that, right?
Yes.
Ariana Grande was promoting these things. Lilith, then you start seeing women come out with the tattoos. They started having these things. So Lilith is they try to say that Lilith is God's wife. But Lilith also comes out from another religion, and she is known as the dark femininity. She is supposed to represent the rebellion of women, the pride of women, the ability to say no, the ability to stand up for what women want. She's female rebellion. What is the angel of rebellion, people? Who is the angel that rebelled? Let's see if y'all read your Bible. Who is the angel of rebellion? Because a lot of y'all talk this Christian talk. Let's talk Christian. Let's go. Because maybe I gotta hurt some people's feelings. Who is the angel of rebellion?
You don't have to hurt people's feelings. Let people know.
Lucifer, Satan, devil. It's the angel of rebellion. Lilith is the representation of female rebellion. She is the representation of female rebellion. Yeah, and if people don't believe me, Lilith is a complex figure with varied representations, evolving from the Sumerian demon to symbol of female independence and power from modern feminist thought. She is often depicted as the first woman created before Eve, who refused to submit to Adam's authority and left the Garden of Eden. Y'all see how they blaspheme y'all Bible? You see how they blaspheme your Bible? If you believe in Lilith, that means you're willingly saying that the creation of mankind is wrong, that Adam and Eve were not the first humans that God created. You're willingly saying the Bible is lying. But you know what Lilith represents? Lilith, also often considered, is the divine feminine. And y'all sat there and tried to defend a dude coming on there saying, I'm a Christian, but I need a woman who's in the divine feminine. It's literally ironic.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of traits that some women that follow this divine feminine, and I'm speaking from experience, not so more so that I've done it, but I have people close to me that has participated in this, and it's high class witchery. It's high class witchcraft. It's a lot of coercion, manipulation. It's a lot of spell casting. It's a lot of it's not what you think it is. And a lot of times women use their charm, their feminine nature, their divine feminine nature to lure and attract certain things in men. That's why men, they fall so easily, and they melt, and there's a reason why there's what's it called, sirens and all that kind of stuff exist, it's no different than that.
And so I'm telling y'all this, right? If y'all don't take no advice from me, if you ain't read it in the word, if you ain't read it in the word yourself, not even if a preacher preach it to you, if you have not read it in the word yourself, if God did not reveal this to you in your prayer closet, if the Holy Spirit did not reveal this to you in a revelation, if Jesus, Yeshua Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach himself did not tell you this, stop letting these internet TikTokers, these Instagram, Facebook Karens, stop letting them tell you that divine femininity is the key to anything and divine masculinity. Stop doing it. You are literally mixing belief systems. The Bible says that even the devil knows the word. And what is his sole objective? To steal, kill, and destroy. Deceive. Y'all fall for it every time. Stop believing these people when they do this crap, man. Cut it out. But anyway, let's get back to the topic, man. I'm sorry, I had to, because I read some of the comments I read on that from Christians talking about you just don't understand. This is crazy, bro. I had people talking about Mary was the divine feminine. That the Holy Ghost is actually the divine feminine. What are y'all talking about, bruh? That's blasphemy, bro. What are we talking about, bro? All right, but if you guys have a topic for the Pop the Balloon, if there's a specific moment you guys would like to talk about, let's do it. Internet Smiley, your hands up.
The last topic.
You said who said that? I can't even tell you because I blocked them. I block people when y'all say stuff that I willingly know is against the Bible. I don't even need to know.
There's characteristics of masculine and feminine being displayed in the Bible, but it's not specifically displayed like this.
Divine. There is no divine.
Yeah. Because being nurturing is a feminine nature, but it also can be a masculine nature too. So
when you guys attach that divine thing to it and y'all put divine in front of it, divine means from God. So you guys are saying femininity from God, masculinity from God. God does not have a gender. You guys are attaching things. If anything, you guys are limiting the power of an omnipotent creature by labeling masculine, feminine on there. We even broke it down. The only reason why we call God the Father is because of how it is translated through the Hebrew. They call him Abba. It's different. But internet, Smiley, go ahead, man.
Like the subject that I really want to talk about that really like kind of made me mad, and I think a lot of people kind of brush over because it wasn't on the Pop the Balloon per se, it was on the Ketchup, and how that dude made her cry and the manipulation tactic that he played on her, it was very like satanic. You get what I'm saying? And like I think a lot of people don't talk about manipulation tactics when man. They always say women manipulate men and all that, but then it's like when we finally get that one woman that like how you said in the in your Ketchup, you was like, I'm pretty sure it's man back home looking at this that's punching the air right now. And I was one of them, man, I'm like, what's wrong with her? Like, she beautiful, she look good, like, dude, tweaking. Like, why is he manipulating like her? Like, that's gas, like, one-on-one. So it's like we need to kind of, like, help that dude to the fire. I feel like it's time. Like, that made me mad, bro.
So, what was your topic for this? What was it? It was...
So yeah, it was basically like just like the manipulation, like, and like how can we try to like like why it's not really talked that much on the man side when men do it to women. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If that really makes sense, like, cause he really made her cry, like, and that really like struck me like a little bit, cause I know how that feel. You know what I'm saying? But like, it was totally different seeing her actually break down and cry, cause she really tried. You know?
Okay.
And he gonna act like she was just lying, and he was basically whispering nothings in her ear, like sweet nothings. Like, oh, he was probably saying like, we gonna build a future together and all type of stuff. Just like manipulation.
Okay. All right. If you guys want to speak on it, then put your hands up. I saw Shady. I saw you raise your hand. Go ahead, man. While people are raising their hands, man, actually, go ahead. Y'all start jumping in. I just went on a rant, so I'm gonna let people talk. Go ahead, Shady.
So I didn't really quite catch the question.
I guess to sum it up is like, how did you feel about this catch-up? That's the easiest way.
Oh man, that dude was full of ish, man. Oh my god, that dude was full of ish. Like y'all pointed it out in the video where he would not answer questions directly, and he would just say a whole lot of verbiage, and it's like, dude, why are we not staying on subject? Like, he was acting very, very suspect, man. I don't think he's out here looking for love for real. Like, he was making a lot of excuses, but to answer the question, I feel like, this is why we tell most of the time we tell women you need to have somebody like a father or a mentor, like a father figure in your life to vet these men that come into your life. Because we'll spot that stuff quick, because as soon as he started talking, I was like, oh, this brother's he's not a good one. And it hurt when she started choking up. It was like, yo, why are you doing this to such a beautiful lady like that? It's crazy. And then, you already know the cycle's going to continue, because if she doesn't have proper guidance in her life, she's probably going to think, oh man, ain't ish, because of this one interaction, which I hope she doesn't do, but yeah, man, I feel like men need to, step it up and, protect our women, man. It's bad out here.
Okay. No, okay, I'll get you. Yeah. I feel like manipulation, no matter whether it comes from a man or a woman, is evil. It's evil. And so it's especially when it comes to with romantic involvement, it is definitely evil. And the sad part is, the reason why I didn't really have an answer for like, why is it not emphasized on men as much as it is on women, is because it just depends on what spaces you're talking into. Because Alex, as my witness, my algorithm is cooked. My algorithm is completely cooked of men versus women politics. And the funny part is, men versus women politics, they all say the same thing.
Yeah.
They all say the same thing.
We need to stop talking about why is it okay for a man to do this or a woman to do that. We need to start talking about why are people doing it in general. Why are you moving like that in general towards anybody?
Keep cooking. Go ahead. You on fire. Keep going. Talk your talk.
No, I'm just saying because men manipulate. It doesn't matter who it is. I feel like manipulation doesn't have a gender assigned to it. Disrespect doesn't have a gender assigned to it. Like mistreatment and all that kind of stuff doesn't have a gender assigned to it. Anybody can catch a stray at any moment. And it just depends on the person that you're dealing with and who you're talking to. He was moving. He had, like, I don't know. Parts of me wanted to give Devin the benefit of the doubt, but there in his body language, his demeanor, and like how he was kind of like dismissive, like he has a detached like communication style. I don't know what it is. It's like parts of me feels like I think he wanted to care, but then there's other parts that's like he really just don't care, if that makes sense.
You know what this felt like, Alex? And I don't want to drop no names, but Remember when we were in before we got with the group we're in now, when we're with my childhood homies, it reminds me of how they used to come into the calls, and some girls in the calls would be literally having a whole breakdown, like, you did this to me, you're wrong for this is messed up, blah blah blah. And as soon as the girl left, it would be like, and anyway, I'm moving on. You feel what I'm saying? Because it happened so often to them, it became like it's another day of the week. Oh, this girl just had a breakdown. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's an avoidance like attachment style. Like, they don't want to deal with conflict. They don't want to deal with other people's emotions. They don't want to have like any type of resolution or resolve, because at the end of the day, they're gonna put their feelings and their regards about themselves first versus the person that they're doing it towards. They don't care. And it sucks, because I feel like he wanted to care, but he was trying to make sense of him. I don't know. It was weird, but no, that was a really good example. It's just some people like that, they just don't care. They genuinely don't care, but I'd rather you tell me.
I feel like
string me along and do me like that.
I feel like his demeanor was what it was in this scenario is because, like I said in the video, he's done this before. Yeah. This was the demeanor and the stature of somebody that this is casual for him. The only difference is he didn't know what to say because he's probably never had been put on the spot to this level. But he seemed too comfortable with this. Way too comfortable with this. She over there crying. When she started crying, that buddy didn't even have, like, you know, some people like wipe their face and like look away or like hold their arm or something. Like, dang, like, all right, bro just sat there deadpan at the camera. Like, it didn't even affect him. Go ahead, Steppa.
Alright, I ain't gonna hold you. Alright, good night. I ain't gonna hold you. That was the most clownish, fluffiest thing that he ever did to a person that was trying to build a relationship with and be intentional with. I ain't gonna hold you. Nah, that's the most fluffy thing that he actually ever did, though, because that was weird. That's a weird word. Honestly, I really felt bad for it, though, because it happened to me too. You know what I'm saying? Like, a woman played me, did all that. Feel me?
Right.
But yeah, but that was weird, though. That was mad weird. That was dumb weird. She did not deserve that at all, though. Not to hold you. She deserved it. Felt really bad, man. But if it was a woman who did the same thing to the guy, then it'll be a reverse. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, at the end of the day, not everybody's gonna take a person that wants to be in a relationship serious at the end of the day, you know?
Thanks.
All right.
Shout out Steppa. Go ahead, Moss.
Well, let me piggyback off my little bro right quick. Man, dude, when I was a sophomore in high school, Valentine's Day, I went to the head cheerleader and I'm playing baseball and I'm like, she about to be my Valentine. I'm talking about chocolate and teddy bears and the balloons, the flowers, you name it, I had it. He said, will you be my Valentine? I was like, man, will you be my Valentine? She said, yes. 20 minutes in, dude named Paul, I never forget it too. That dude, her and him was eating my chocolate together. And I was like,
nah.
I was like, oh. Well, I felt like my soul was, man, I felt like somebody put a shotgun shell in my throat. Well, I was like, I ran home there. I told my mom, I was like, fine, she didn't even give me no chocolate. I was so pissed. And she was like, well, that happens sometimes. It's okay, everybody. It happens to the best of them. And that was the last time it ever happened to me. But this girl though, yeah, man, I felt bad like everybody else felt, man. It was terrible. He's definitely a jerk. But it does kind of go to the other side with the lady. Is like, damn, like you did pick him, and it's like, and I don't want to blame you for picking him because she did pop on a couple like people who were in music, but I guess she didn't know at the time. But it's like, dang, it sucks, you know, like because if you really look at the way he was acting towards the catch up, he was kind of showing those mannerisms and that kind of swag in the lineup too. You just got to be open-minded to kind of see that and pop and kind of know, hey, ahead of time, he might be doing this. That's what sometimes you got to do on Pop the Balloon. You got to look at people and think, okay, what's this going to be a couple weeks from now? Because they're trying to show the representative on the show, but you sometimes you see who they are. And he was showing who he was on the show, and I thought he was a jerk for not even really apologizing when she was upset. You know, the minute she started crying, he could have easily said, I'm so sorry I made you feel that way. I apologize. That's what a true man's supposed to do. And he did. He just kept going like, whatever.
He looked uncomfortable that she was crying. He looked uncomfortable. Like he wasn't used to it.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Shorty in the back.
That's my time. That's my time. That's it.
Shout out to Shorty in the back.
Time for you to go, bro.
No, it's okay. It's fine.
That's that other half. That's the other half. When she started telling, it's time to shut it down. You shut it down, man.
Miles, get your tail in the bed. How you still not in the bed? I'm waiting for you.
Somebody, okay, so let's read some of the chat. Dion said, I don't know if y'all watched season 5, but I think we also have to ask women why they think they're above getting manipulated. Ooh, that's a hot take. If women want to answer that, let me hear it. But Tyrell said, but if she keeps doing that, giving people the benefit of the doubt, she'll hurt herself more. We all need to keep our guard up for our protection. Dang, hold on, everybody, hold on.
Is there a topic?
It's crazy how I asked women, to speak up, and it's the dudes coming up. All right, let me see. No, don't put your hand down now. Stand 10 toes on it. Go ahead, stand 10 toes. But I'm just saying, I asked for female input, and y'all jumped up here fast. Let's hear it.
I didn't even get to hear.
Wait, can you say that question again? Say that again.
Somebody in the chat said, we need to ask, why do women think that they're above getting manipulated?
Why are women above getting
He's saying we need to ask, why do women think they're above being manipulated? So y'all just flung y'all hands up.
No, you know what it is? No, I think it's just the way we lied to girls. I think that's really what we did. Because we told girls one thing that wasn't true. You know what I mean? And we didn't give them a false sense of reality, and we let them believe in a lot of the fairy tale stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what we messed up as a culture. We told them about the fairy tale. I'm sorry?
That's what y'all call game, right?
Nah, I'm talking about even the parents. I mean, like dads and stuff. We believe in like too much fairy tale. I mean, and I agree, even the guys too. We showed them like the nonsense, but we didn't give them reality.
Okay, Chris, why?
Yeah, my fault. Yeah, that was what you heard in the background. I was being too loud. That's what it was, because I don't have my headset, so I'm used. I'm speaking from a loudspeaker. So yeah, I was too loud.
Hey, bro, you ain't gotta explain to me. I know what a you disturbing my peace screenshot like. I know what it sounds like.
Yeah. But don't worry. But we know who wearing the pants though. Don't get it twisted though. We know who wearing the big draws.
All right, don't let her come up behind you, bro.
Don't put you in that headlock.
Behind you.
No, you act like I'm looking back. You act like I'm looking over my shoulder right now. Okay, I mean I am, but that's neither here nor there though.
All right, Chris.
Oh, and before I go, I just want to say Chris ain't getting the match. Okay, I'm done.
Generational hatred is crazy. Chris, go ahead, man.
Yes, in the words of Stephanie Tanner from Full House Miles, how rude.
That's crazy.
Go ahead, Chris.
Oh. But the problem is guys need to be honest with women with their true intentions. And Miles mentioned something about game. All game is a strategy to get what you want out of life. That's all game is. It has nothing to do with quote unquote getting women. So it's about just being honest with your intentions and also leading. Yes, I say the same thing every week, because if you're leading the relationship with honesty that woman is going to trust you. Ask me how I know all this stuff. I actually been in those situations. I've been in those situations where I actually lied to women and actually sold women an actual dream. I've been in those situations, and those situations didn't turn out good for me. But when I was honest with them, total different situations. And what I've learned from that is I have a lot more trust with the females when I actually am honest.
Okay. I don't know why y'all mad. I don't know why y'all trying to go at him. He telling the truth. he just said tell the truth. See, that's what I be saying. Y'all be look here. Let's talk about it. Y'all be so ready to be upset with what Chris got to say that even if Chris say something that is actually just valid, y'all just like, wow. He just said, I've done both. I've lied and sold women a dream and it didn't work out for me. But when I told the truth and I treated them with honesty, things worked out for me. And y'all still didn't like that. I don't get it, bro. Like, y'all just generational hating, bro.
Hey, man, like I said earlier, Chris go on that pop the balloon and he get that match, I'll sing his high praises, man. I don't have the power to absolve anybody for their sins because I'm not Jesus, I'm my God. But for all your sins committed in 2G1A and Flock Talk, brother, you will be free. Your slate will be clean. You will be able to say whatever to these people, and I'll be 100% behind you if you go on there and you get that match.
When he get that match, I expect all y'all haters, I expect y'all to acknowledge him. Y'all will acknowledge him if he gets that match. Smiley, go ahead, man.
So, like, what that dude, I don't know if it was a dude or a woman that said that, but at the end of the day, like, nobody should be getting manipulated. Like how she got manipulated right there was not her fault. Cause I know Miles was like, she the one that picked him. But at the end of the day, even if that's the case, cause she did when her segment came up, she had two people to choose from, and the other dude was more compatible, but she chose this dude because he looked it better, quote unquote, but like still, even then, like manipulation shouldn't have happened on both parts. Like how Alex said, like it shouldn't be a woman versus man or a man versus woman. Like manipulation is wrong, period. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm sorry for y'all women, because I feel like a lot of women get more manipulated than men do, to be honest, because like we do hold a lot more when it comes to like marriage and like going on dates and stuff. We do have to court y'all a lot more, so it is a lot more false dreams that we have to tell, but that we shouldn't though. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. And that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Period.
Okay. Talk your talk. Tina. Go ahead, talk your talk, family.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to hold her accountable a little bit, okay? Because he said he believed in himself. Okay. And she said she
I was
was
waiting
a
for
Christian.
somebody to say it. Yeah.
So I was like, it was a little bit her fault. Like, you gotta hold her accountable for that. Cause like, if she says she's a Christian and he was like, "Oh, I believe in myself," I would have ran away real quick. Like, that's But I agree with the fact that it's not okay for anybody to manipulate, no matter what. And I did feel bad for her when she started crying, cause yeah. But the fact that she should have immediately caught that and been like, So I think like it's not okay for him to manipulate her, but at the same time, she should have caught that. So that's all I have to say.
Okay.
Gotta have that discernment.
No, that's valid. That's valid though, because it's just, I did say it in the reaction too though. You told him you a Christian, and the first thing homeboy said was, "I don't believe in God, I believe in myself." That's already a red flag right there. But then she said, oh, well, she still tried to hear him out and give him a shot. And then she got played. It's like, well, you ignored the first red flag. Why are you surprised that there was another red flag behind that one? Yeah, so I
a lot of times.
What?
No, go ahead.
I'm about to say, I agree with Tina 100%.
No, I agree too, because a lot of times we'll put ourselves in situations, men and women, where we're constantly ignoring the red flags and we're hoping that there's something else about this person that's going to overcompensate the red flag to justify the means of me wanting to be with this person, even though there are clear signs or indicators that are going off that I should not probably try to pursue anything with this person at this stage of their life right now, because people are open to change, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, no, I was waiting for somebody to say, because I'm like, it was something else that was off-putting about the episode that I couldn't remember, but I was like, she has to take accountability for that one, because she did ultimately end up, you know, choosing him.
Yep, it's like Dean said in the YouTube comments. They said, I'm sorry, but where's the accountability? To me, it seems like the plurality of women are bad at selecting mates. Zero discernment. I said this. I don't even think there was even a match that much manipulation, as it just was her believing a fairy tale fantasy. She really didn't tell us anything he said that was so grand. Yeah, So I think it's just interesting takes on it. I think at the end of the day, he's the bad. If we had to point a bad guy in the scenario, he is for sure the bad guy. But sometimes villains commit crimes on people, and their villains don't even got to work for it. Sometimes the people just throw themselves into the trap. Yeah. Step if you have something to say, go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It was kind of revolt though, but honestly, at the end of the day, you should not play with a person's feelings that you're trying to build a relationship with and be intentional with at the end of the day, you know? But still though, you know, just gotta watch the person's red flags or whatnot. Really though.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me? Oh no.
Yeah, no. We can hear you. I have hiccups, that's why I muted myself. I have hiccups.
You said what?
I have hiccups, that's why I wasn't talking. I was muted because I have hiccups. But we hear you.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry. I want to say, other than that, at the end of the day, you should not play with a person's feelings that you're trying to be intentional with and build future relationship with, you know? Yeah, that's all. That's all.
No, that's facts. That's facts. Shout out to Stepper. Get home safely, man. All right. I heard that ding. It's over, bro.
Can we talk about the fact that we got through every single topic, including a bonus topic? Can we talk about that? Because we got through every single topic that was in the Flock Topics request, and we got through a bonus topic.
I think we took side tangents too.
Yes.
I think that's what happens when we put Pop the Balloon last instead of first.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Pop the Balloon normally takes like a whole hour and a half of Flock Talk. So I think that's just what we have to do. But I shout out to the fact that there's actually people putting topics in the Flock Topics. That helps it along.
Start a new one right now.
Y'all put y'all topics in the Flock Topics.
Start a new one right now.
All right, but I think
try and keep having my topics in there.
Yes, sir. So without further ado, I don't think I have anything else left to say. I did my rants and everything. Wes, you got anything you need to say, brother?
No, just let people know I'm finna make like a channel, not like a YouTube channel, I already have one, but like a channel in the Discord where I post like stuff that can't be said on the platform, because obviously this is a platform and, you know, stuff be getting censored and stuff. So it's just gonna be in the Discord. So just know that's where you'll see it. Maybe it'll present new talking points for people, and yeah, that'll be cool.
All right, Alex, you got anything you need to say?
Good Flock Talk.
Good Flock Talk. Key said, my next topic is how KiteZz is a light-skinned man masquerading as a dark-skinned man. Hey, if that's what you want to believe, shoot, I guess. You might be colorblind, but it is what it is. But all right. He said, call it do the knowledge. That's facts.
It's gonna be too long, so I'm gonna just call it real spill.
All right, y'all. Shout out to everybody that was in the YouTube. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you guys like the content that came out. Shout out to everybody in the Flock Talk. I know we had a little couple of hiccups in here, but I will make sure that when this video comes out, it's censored enough to cover up those hiccups. But I thank you guys for being out here. I thank you guys for taking time out. Make sure you guys check out all the other content. We dropped the review to Pop the Blue on Netflix. We dropped that this morning, so it is up there. Tomorrow we'll probably have a reaction and some gameplay stuff coming out. So if you're not following It's Just Alex for her content, and you're not following the gaming channel, you're missing out on content. Also, if you guys are gamers, you guys have PCs, you guys are big into gaming stuff, come check it out. Come be a part of it, man. We'd love to do collabs with y'all. Y'all can do YouTube videos with us and stuff like that. Me and Alex are just regular human beings. All right. Other than that, I pray that you guys all end out safely. Make sure you guys pray, read your Bible, drink water, eat good food, and treat people good. Treating people right is free. It's free 99, so we might as well use it. All right, y'all. Safety.
Y'all be easy. Stay blessed. Do the knowledge.